Yeah, why not? I'm in. All right, here we go. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm Nick. You're watching Twister Mr. Hockey, and today, or tonight, I should say, I'm going to be watching the Nashville Predators take on the Seattle Kraken here in the regular season. Not like this game means a whole lot, although the Preds probably want to win, considering they haven't been doing so hot recently. But I figured, why not do a little hockey hangout here, talk about the league at large, hockey at large, and some other miscellaneous zany things here. So, welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. And of course, if this is your first time here, hit that red subscribe button down below, join the Twist Brigade, and for everybody else, if you can smash the thumbs up, that helps others like you discover this channel. All right, so for the time being, we've got the St. Louis Blues against the New York Rangers wrapping up here first. So that will be going for a few more minutes, and then we'll be taken out to Seattle, where I've been to a game, and then we'll watch the Kraken against the Nashville Predators. So, of course, this Blues versus... hey! What's up, Rye? Thank you for joining. Yeah, tranquilo. I might try to bring these back a little bit, so why not, hang out with you guys on a Wednesday night here and maybe do some video editing afterwards if I'm still awake. So, there we go. All right. So, in the meantime, we've got this really close game here between the Blues and the Rangers. And, it's 4-3 Rangers. Okay, so they scored not too long ago, with just under 8 minutes left. So, of course, that's going to have an effect on the game. Hey, Ryan, what's up, bud? How you doing, man? I hope that you're, following the Florida Panthers, considering that's probably the playoff team that we should be cheering for, considering we're nowhere near the playoffs this year. And, of course, we've got Cortana in the house here. And so anytime there's a goal tonight, and hold me to it, guys. I'll have to dole out some goal goodies for her. I also have, by the way, check this out, guys. As you can probably see on the screen here, we have some jersey concepts as well from Jamie, who appeared on this channel a few months ago. So he sent me another set of concepts, and so I figured we could take a look at those if we got ourselves a little bit of an audience here tonight. That's right. Jersey concepts, a little live streaming. Why not? And my dog is very curious as to what I'm doing with my whole setup here. Don't worry, we'll cut to her in just a little bit as well. And in the meantime, 27-24 shots on goal between the Rangers and the Blues. So this has probably been a really close game. Here's a chance here, 2-on-1. Oh, fakes a shot. Looks for this guy. Oh, dang. Your jersey collection has grown quite a bit. You got the Ducks reverse retro, so you got the Wild Wing, the Preds reverse retro, the Sabres 50th anniversary jersey, the Pens reverse retro, and the new the Bruins alternate and the Bolt Stadium series. Okay, Bolt Stadium series. That I do like. I haven't seen it in person before, but I'm a little on the fence, honestly, just because I want to start saving up for next year. Because if they're gonna have the the Storm jersey, and here let's cut to the kiddo here. How we doing there, Cortana? You doing okay, honey? She's expecting something from me. Probably because I got that bag of, little snacks here. She knows what's up. Cheering for the Panthers? That's right, man. Also going to the game on the 15th. Oh, nice. Wow, man. That's going to be one heck of a tribute, I would have to say. So I hope you have a blast, and, I hope that the tribute is certainly elaborate for sure. Will Corrigan? The Will Corrigan? Good sir, it's been quite some time. How are you? How the heck did you come across this channel? Although Will Corrigan I'm sure there are other Will Corrigans out there. But I would think that this is the Will Corrigan. If so, let's go Blues. There we go. How are you, man? Where are you these days? Are you still in Arizona? I chatted with Jack really briefly. Now that he's back in our hometown, but I haven't been out there that much. You probably know, but yeah, I live in North Idaho now. The Will Corrigan, right on, bro. That's awesome to have you here. All right, I believe you. I didn't even know that you followed hockey, dude. Yep, that's the place, man. Good old York. Anyway, there you go. You're getting some extra coverage here for the St. Louis Blues. Oh, you live in the Lou now. Right on, man. What? Why the hell? Oh, sorry, dude. Hey, I'm trying to work out the kinks with my streaming service here, so I'm sorry. Dang, I can't overwrite that. I'm sorry. I have no idea why the hell it timed you out. That's really silly. Not that you said anything that was remotely bad. That was weird. Anyway, guys, so as you can see on the screen here, we've got ourselves a jersey concept. So first intermission for this game between the Kraken and the Predators, we can look at a jersey concept series. So stay tuned for that, and check out this. I snapped this actually. I don't have a good camera on my phone by any means. Oh, you were looking for jersey deals and you found my channel? Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you're looking for, of course. And you can always see the video description if you want to just email me or whatever, or have Jack can get you in touch with me if you want more help and whatnot. That's crazy, man. You must have been like, what on earth is he doing here? But yeah, it's awesome to have you here, and I hope that you're enjoying it out there. And yeah, man, it's been a long time, that's for sure. Probably the last time I saw you, God, was I still in college? Those were good times. Right on. They're on a commercial right now. All right. So what else is happening around the NHL? Cut to the schedule here. So tonight, whoa. Tomorrow, I have a video about the Maple Leafs, right? We're doing that, 5 reasons why they could win the Stanley Cup. And this is not exactly going to be a promising way to segue into that. They lost tonight 5-1 against the Sabres. Ooh, that is rough. But as one sort of claim that I made in my video for tomorrow, they've actually played really well against playoff teams. So maybe this one against Buffalo, we can kind of put that to the side there. What's going on? Hey, everybody. GC Blues. Interesting. So we got a couple of Blues fans in here. And Dusty, welcome as well. Of course, no matter who you're a fan of, I'm happy to have you here. Of course, if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Hopefully doing more of these streams. Not sure exactly what the cadence will be for that, but I do upload videos multiple times a week covering the whole NHL. And tonight, we're, of course, looking at the Kraken and Predators, but for the time being, we've got ourselves two fairly historic franchises in the Blues and the Rangers here. The Rangers, of course, the team with the least number of Stanley Cups for the original 6. And I guess, let's see, of the 5 teams that are remaining from the 1967 expansion, I guess, let's see, the Flyers have 2. The Penguins have 5, right? The Kings have 2. There was, of course, the Seals and the North Stars, so I guess the Stars have 1, so yeah, the Blues would be tied with them. Anyway, this game is back in action here. Now, I don't expect a play-by-play from me, guys. I'm no Gary Thorne, but of course, if you're watching in parallel, that's sort of the nature of this. It's a way to kind of collectively react to what we see. Love my Jersey videos. Thank you. I'm going to maybe be kind of folding Jersey content into like live streams like this one here, and also through maybe like Instagram. I'm not going to make as many like actual Jersey videos, but on Saturday I will have a Jersey video. So there you go. It's all about the Predators there. A wild twisted wrister appears. Thank you, CJ. I was trying to find a witty comeback there, but awesome to have you here, man. Like a couple people joined from the east side of the continent, and so I know it's a little late. So even if you can only join for a few minutes, that's dope. Oh, Looks like St. Louis is threatening a little bit as we get to the end of the game, under 3 minutes. By the way, Ivan Barbashev, one of the more underrated players in the NHL. I know that we sometimes forget to talk about Robert Thomas, but Barbashev would be another guy who I'm sure will get talked about more as we get into the playoffs and into next year as well. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I was not supposed to go to that Game 7 against Vegas, and my friend, he said, we got to support the team, we got to go. And I said, no, dude, they're going to lose. And he said, come on, do it. Like, it's a Game 7. So I said, all right, let's go. That's awesome that you watched that too. I say that that's the second greatest sporting event or sporting moment I've ever seen live. Because a year and a half before that, I don't know if you watch that much football, Will, but I flew out to Minneapolis, and I was there in the corner that Stephon Diggs ran, into the end zone. So I was there for that, and then I was there for that Game 7 comeback against Vegas. I've seen a lot of other great moments in sports in person, but like those two right there, I don't know if oh my goodness, who's this handsome son of a gun in the chat? Oh, what's up, brother? What are you guys doing here? It's so awesome to have you here. Thanks, bro. Not sure exactly when I'll be in town next specifically, but maybe April. I was only there for a couple of days in December. That was it. Mostly in around wine country. That's where some family is. So anyway, I'll talk to you about that more soon enough. And cheers, by the way. I have my concealed beverage of choice here in our, hopefully the camera can pick this up, in our Twisted Wrister Hockey enamel mug. So if you like to sip tea, oh my goodness, we have somebody joining us all the way from Labrador City, I believe. So, God, Chris, you're what, 4 or 5 hours ahead of us? Pretty late over there. Well, anyway, yeah, of course I'll keep you in the loop there, Bear, right? Awesome, man. Always a treat when people I haven't really told much about this channel, and then they pop in. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? Anyway, now I'm under the real pressure now. Just joking. Anyway, the Rangers just scored an empty netter, so this game is just about over. Minute 20 left, 5-3. Thank you, Ryan. Cheers, buddy. A lot of people said that they missed the live streams, and I'm like, I miss making a little bit of extra cash. So I figured, why not get back on here if I can make a little bit of time. Usually, if I'm not on here, it's because I'm editing videos and I'm spoiling my dog here. Let's get a little doggy cam here, all right? Here we go. Doggy cam. Here's Cortana. So, especially for Jack and Will, this is my baby girl right here. We played lots of ball today, right, Cortana? And actually, you know what? Since there was a goal a moment ago, I guess I got to give you a little goal treat, huh? Let's see. Where's the treat bag? There we go. There we go. All right. Can I get you a sit? There she is. Bear with me. Here we go. Ready? Can you come up? Up. We haven't done this one in a while. Up. No, you're not doing that? That's all right. Good enough. Oh, CJ. Muchas gracias, senor. I love it, man. Thank you. But of course, by no means is it mandatory to super. You can just hang out here and be a good, upright hockey fan, and we'll have ourselves a grand old time. Yeah, Jack knows what's up. 11:15 in, Labrador City. That's a very interesting time zone. Not too many people live in that time zone, actually. GC Blues, have you ever seen the video I made about counterfeit jerseys? Because you're right. It's actually funded, probably in a roundabout fashion, but it does, fund some terrible criminal activities out there. So it is important that we get the message out that, it's really a twofold message, right? First of all, you want to be supporting, fair labor conditions, right? And legitimate use of intellectual property, one. And two, you want to support, like, for example, I didn't buy this off of Fanatics, even though I've bought a few jerseys off Fanatics, but I buy from smaller mom and pop shops or from like Cool Hockey, like River City Sports, Hockey Authentic, sportsk.com as well. So there you go. What's up, Tin? My name's not Nathan unless you're speaking to somebody else, but it's Nick. So you're pretty close. I mean, if you just want to call me Nate Dogg, that's all right too. But you're gonna send something to the PO box? Right on. I could do like a live stream unboxing. So if anybody ever wants to send even something like a letter, don't like buy me a jersey. But if you ever want to send anything for me to open up on a live stream or Instagram or something like that, I've got my PO box in the video description. So there you go. So yeah, I think it's good to be supporting the local businesses out there. And one reason why it's great to do that is because they offer better customization. And two, they often, discount these jerseys as well. Am I going to go to St. Louis anytime? No, but that doesn't mean I don't want to go to a game. So, at some point, the real pipe dream here. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, Blues. Maybe you tried to put a link in the chat because we don't allow any links. That's just to prevent. Yeah. That's something that I do try to stay away from because we do get a lot of frankly dipshits in here, trying to make things miserable for everybody. So they spam links and do all kinds of bad stuff. So sorry, that's just a limitation of the stream. Better jersey matchup, Kraken home versus Preds away, or the other way around? I would say the other way around. I actually like Seattle. That's a great question too. So, it's not even me who has to answer it. Anybody can answer that. But I like the Kraken's road jersey actually a little bit more than the home one. I just think that the contrast from, the letters really stand out. That's why I really like it here. So, and with Nashville, I don't like their away jersey at all. Except the numbers look really great. But the home jersey, I can stomach that better. But that's it. You didn't post any links. Okay, that's odd. Really? Okay. I'll have to take a look at my my bot that that handles filters out posts and that sort of stuff. So thanks for being patient while I get that ironed out. Predators or Kraken today, says Ben Zimmerman. Well, the Predators need a win. I mean, what was their last game? Wasn't Saturday, was it? Oh yeah, or was it? I gotta check that out. NHL.com/Predators. Let's see. Who was the last game? Let's see. Yeah, their last game was the Stadium Series, and they lost that. And they haven't been playing all that well the last 10 or 12 games. So I'll take the Predators to win that game. And Seattle hasn't been playing all that well recently either. I mean, they were good for a good amount of February and January. They were playing okay, but yeah. So I'll say, hey, come on, let's have some goals tonight. Maybe not a ton. Let's say 4-3 Predators in overtime. How about that? TNT is, how do I think that they're doing with their broadcast? I mean, play-by-play, I don't really think is much of a difference, but I love the booth that they have here, especially with, Bissonnette, Wayne Gretzky making appearances. That's good. The other guys are fine as well. So I do prefer that to, to what we had with NBC. Of course, the glory days were Gary Thorne behind the mic. How many jerseys do I have now? Oh, dude, I'm at about 120. About 105 are NHL, and then I have some other ones as well. Not sure exactly how big I expect the collection to grow to, but I'm certainly, let's just say I'm plateauing quite a bit. But there's going to be a whole awesome new series next year, so I'm going to be burning a hole in my pocket probably, or I'll have a hole burning in my pocket for that. Ready for the reverse retro series? Yeah, man. I mean, we're already hearing what the design will be based on for several teams out there. So that's going to be nuts, man. I mean, put aside, 750 bucks, because, you're not going to be able to buy all the ones you want out there unless you've already started saving up or whatever. Hey, Riley, welcome to the stream. Hey, Matt Man, what's going on? We're both at 120? Nice. Yeah. I mean, there are certainly jerseys that right now I would like to have, but with the reverse retro 2, right? You think of that, and that even sites like Cool Hockey and Hockey Authentic, they'll carry the jerseys, but don't expect them to necessarily offer a discount right away. But you have to snatch them up or else they'll be gone. So expect to pay that full price, if not even higher, because I wouldn't be surprised if they mark them up a little bit. Is Nmap 3 still around? That's probably the best question I've ever gotten on a stream. The spirit of Nmap 3 continues in these productions. Once in a while, I'll even, I'll play like little jingles if I'm, making a video about the Bruins. Then I'll have like a Dropkick Murphys jingle in there. So like little things like that, I would have to say. And I certainly feel that sort of energy when I'm editing videos and producing stuff, like when I used to write music. So, yeah, I mean, I still write music once in a while, but not rap music. Not because I don't like it. It's just because I just haven't, it's been a long time since I've been in the lab, if you know what I mean. Yes, long story short, for those of you who don't know, pretty much everybody else, I used to write rap songs in college. Many moons ago. Oh, you just what was the jersey you ordered from Ben H Sports? Buffalo's Heritage Classic. Yeah, it's a good jersey. I personally won't get that one just because I already have the away jersey and it looks really similar. But I mean, they did a nice job. It's a little bit of a retread in my opinion, but I mean, again, I think that there are plenty of people out there who don't have a Sabres jersey like that who would gladly scoop that up. Special Olympics is practicing. That's great to hear. I'm really happy to hear that. NMAP's first live concert. What was that in our living room? Yeah, those were some good times, for sure. I'm surprised we didn't get nearly as many noise complaints. Did I get Winter Classic jerseys this year? I don't know if I should answer that. Long story short, maybe. There will be video content about that. Not this month, but probably like early next month. So there you go. Adidas. Oh, the new ones. So I don't think I'll buy any of those just because I'm not like in love with any of those because I already have like the Sharks Heritage Classic from last year, or not Heritage Classic, but 30th anniversary jersey. It's basically the same thing, just a different cut. So I don't really need that. And Nordiques, y'all know. Let's see if I can do this. Dun-na, dun-na. All right, here we go. Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah. So first of all, you got this beautiful Quebec Nordiques one here. So I don't need to get the new Adidas one. This is like legitimate too. It's not a fake, even though the logo's really protrudes out like this. That's just the nature of the logo. And we got on the back. We got Twisted Wrister on the back, if you can see that. And then, why would I need to get a Seals one when I've already got the best Seals jersey that's ever been made? This beauty right here. So, yeah, I think I'll rest on these. The Sharks Classic is already sold out. Well, you gotta wait. Like check out Ben H Sports or check out. I don't know if Sports K will carry them, but you could always email Sports K and they can let you know. Those guys are cool. Here, let me put this away. All right. Allora. Winnipeg using the 95 logo? Yeah, I think a lot of people would actually like to see that. I mean, Chris, I'm excited for the reverse retro that they do the next year because they can maybe create the recreate the original jersey and do it in black. I think that'd be pretty sick. Which teams need to rebrand or change their look? That's a wonderful question. So I have the hottest take. I think the Devils need to rebrand. I do. It's stale. The jersey design right now, look better in Reebok. And they've only had like 2 waves of jerseys in their franchise's history. And they have a lot of young players. You know how Ottawa rebranded a few years ago, or 2 years ago, I guess, going back to their 1990s. I don't think the Devils should necessarily do that, but since they have a young team, hopefully a promising future ahead, then yeah, I think that they should actually go for it. They could still, use the logo or use it on the shoulder, but I'd like to see them do more and not give the keys to the branding kingdom to Martin Brodeur, because the jersey one is just atrocious. Yeah. So I would say that I think the Kings need to rebrand. They have so much history to draw from, so many different looks. I like the original Crown jersey from like the late 60s and the early 70s. So I'd rather do that, or I'd rather see them, go to that versus what they had like in the 80s. I didn't like those designs. But later in the 90s when they had that purple, black, and silver jersey, right? We grew up with that. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back. Or just go purple and yellow, straight up Lakers. So I want to see one of the teams that I despise actually look a little bit sexier on the ice. So there you go. Seattle Kraken, go! Well, so far at least they haven't let a goal in, so you can hang your hat on that. Anyway, great questions and good discussion, guys. Most definitely. And yeah, I'll just keep plugging this if you're new here and you certainly enjoy hanging out with like-minded hockey fans. Hopefully we can keep doing this throughout the season and through the postseason. So, smash like, smash subscribe, hit the bell if you are really keen on seeing my videos. We've got one coming up tomorrow. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow's video features an absolute legend in the YouTube hockey community. We've got John Viveros, a.k.a. Hot Take Hockey, talking Maple Leafs with me, so you won't want to miss out on that. And yeah, well, I've got other opinions about a couple other teams that could rebrand, like Columbus. A lot of people want to see them go to the Cannon, that Cannon logo that they have, which I certainly would love to see that. So that's another sort of avenue that could be pursued in the realm of NHL branding. What could Seattle do for the reverse retro? I mean, I think the Seattle Metropolitans is a slam dunk, or they could, go to the Seattle Totems, who were part of the, I don't know if it was like Pacific Coast Hockey Association. Now that's the league that the Metropolitans belong to, but the Seattle Totems would be kind of another possibility. Probably not next year. I think they'll do the Metropolitans, and then in the future they'll maybe make a Totems jersey. Don't forget to check out my merch store. Oh, well, thank you, CJ. Yeah, that Canon logo is just so lovely. I fell for it just the moment I laid eyes on it, for sure. And I love the actual jersey too, right? With the navy blue and the cream colored shoulders and the striping. Like, I love all of that, but I wouldn't even mind seeing the Canon in the current like jackets color scheme, right? Of like navy and red and silver. I mean, it looks really good on the shoulder, so why not just stick that on the primary, or as the primary crest? Why not? So there you go. So yeah, got a great group here. That's the thing. When I go live when you guys don't expect it, that's when we get the good crowds. Anyway, but yeah, it's wonderful having you around here, and hopefully we can, keep this up for the next couple of hours. And I haven't even talked about this game whatsoever. I mean, come on, it's really more about the interaction with you guys. But so far, we're almost about 4 minutes through this period, and the Predators have a 3-1 advantage when it comes to the shot clock. Not really seeing Yusei Saros busy in the net so far, that's for sure. Old Seattle jerseys with current colors? Yeah, exactly. I've seen some concepts out there. And guys, speaking of concepts, by the way, for those of you who joined not too long ago, I'm considering, or I will be, at first intermission, we'll be looking at some, wait for it. We'll be looking at some jersey concepts supplied to us from Jamie of TD Creative. So stick around, first intermission. We've got 32 concepts to go through here. And of course, Jamie should be joining us as well. So yeah, it'd be great to, take a look at these with you guys and get some comments and whatnot. So there you go. So we can definitely do that. In the meantime, we got this beautiful photo that I snapped at Climate Pledge Arena with just my phone camera. I don't even have an iPhone. I got this crummy, I don't even know what the heck it is. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So yeah, I went to the Kraken game against the Avalanche back in November. Do I recommend Adidas or Fanatics? Well, I do recommend Adidas. I know that the price is a lot higher, but the thing is that if you know how to shop smartly, looking at your options outside of Fanatics.com. So going to places like Cool Hockey, River City Sports, SportsK.com, Hockey Authentic. Those are kind of like my 4 main sites that I shop from, or Ben H Sports on eBay. Then that way you can find, new Adidas jerseys, blank ones, for like $120 at the most. You can find ones for, or like ones that just come out, you can find those for $135 or $140. And think about that. Fanatics jerseys are priced, at $120 or $130, and the quality is so inferior compared to Adidas. Adidas actually sews on the patches. The logos look terrific. The dimension of that is, as well, is it's the best we've seen for like retail jerseys for hockey. Reebok, the Authentic series that we've had before with Reebok is great and whatnot, but those jerseys were way more expensive. So that's why I love Adidas. These are affordable options that are close enough to what the players wear on the ice. So that's why I recommend them. A Vice City alternate for the Panthers or for somebody else? A jersey with NMAP 3 on the back. What would I put that on? Oh man, it'd go on a Sharks jersey. Probably I still have my original black Sharks jersey. So I'd probably, if I had to choose a jersey to put my old handle on, it would be that. Because I think that was the only jersey I had in college, yeah. And then I strangely got sucked into this void of spending all my money on these things. But yeah. But hey, at the same time, look at all these wonderful collectors out here we've been connecting with. So there you go. Yeah, the Panthers doing a Vice City, I don't think they would ever do that for an actual game. Maybe for like a warm-up jersey, unless they've already done that. Pardon. When I talk a lot like this, a lot of air kind of builds up in the sternum. Do I have any Twisted Wrister jerseys yet? No, I don't. I really do have to get on that. I might be changing my logo. I'm not sure exactly when I'll do it. I like my logo, but it's a little busy. I've gotten comments and feedback on it, and people like it. Don't get me wrong. Dust off the shoulders there. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I'll still use it in ways, but I do want to come up with something that's a little bit more, I don't want to say simplified, but mine is a little busy, and it does have the state of California in the background, even though it's like, taped up and whatnot, which, I like that I did that, but of course we want something that can appeal to everybody, so there you go. How's Cortana doing? She's doing fine. She's just hanging out, resting here. Here, I'll do a little cut to Cortana here. Here we go. So yeah, she's just chilling out. She knows what's up. We played a lot of fetch today. She's been a very good girl, even though it's been raining quite a bit here. If I were to make a custom NHL team, any ideas on what color scheme you would use? You know, man, I would lean into something pretty gaudy, honestly. For example, like there's no team that wears green and orange. I would think of something like that, or maybe like green and purple. I would have to go with something nuts like that. I might just lean into it straight up purple because nobody wears purple full time. And, my favorite football team, the Minnesota Vikings, wear purple and they look awesome. So there you go. Kraken takes number 3 spot after Anaheim next season in the West. That's bold. You know what, though? I was high on the Kraken right after the expansion draft. I thought that they were going to be a playoff team, like surefire, because that goaltending looks so good on paper, and it's been a huge disappointment. I knew that the forward group wasn't particularly flashy, but they still had good role players. And the defense, I thought, would complement the goaltending really well, too. I didn't know your wife was that big of a Cortana fan. That's awesome. We'll have to tie her into more of my productions, too, because when I ran that survey a few months ago, guys, you were saying, hey, can we get a little bit more Cortana? So I'll have to find a way. If not, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I post lots of videos and photos of her there. Blue and brown. Yeah, like a I would think more of like a navy blue, right? I think you can make brown work. I would rather like pair like a chocolate brown with maybe like a forest green because it's kind of like, the trees and the earth or something. I don't know. Did I design the logo myself? Oh, good question, Spencer. By the way, I want to give a plug to Spencer here in the chat, Spencer A. Collins, SAC Sports Adventures. So he's actually vlogging from all of his arena trips, and he's going to all sorts of venues, NHL, college football, MLB. He does stadium reviews, and his photos and his commentary are fantastic. So I really want to extend a shout out here to Spencer, and I think you guys should definitely subscribe to his channel. So the logo is something that I didn't actually design it myself in Illustrator, but I spent a lot of time actually like sketching out my ideas, and I had a few different ones. One day I should share with you guys what those were. I did like a couple of years ago, but that was kind of the one that seemed to get the most traction. And so then I hired a designer to make the Twisted Wrister Hockey logo, and he did a really good job. And I was really happy with that overall process. And I mean, even if I end up changing it, or like this one here, like it could be the the alternate logo going forward, I'll still find ways to to use it and incorporate it. Seattle. If Seattle were the Emerald Knights, yeah. If Vegas wasn't in the NHL, then that'd be all right. You remember that Emeralds was actually a finalist for the team name. I actually like the idea of Seattle Emeralds. That sounded really vintage to me. I don't know. I'm a sucker for the vintage stuff, in all honesty. Pardon. I want the Sharks to use gradients in their jerseys, like a shark coming up from the depths of the sea. I kid you not, Will. One of my friends in San Jose literally mentioned that to me today. He said, I want to see the Sharks come out with a jersey that's like teal at the top and it fades gradually into black at the bottom. And I said, that's an awesome idea. That's really interesting that you mentioned that. By the way, this is going to be an interesting one. I think the Sharks are in danger of maybe moving out of California. Their tickets sales this year are atrocious, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. I made a video about that last year, and this year, yeah, the writing's pretty much on the wall. But you gotta hope for the best for that team. Sports and Horns, what's going on? If the NHL expands, do I see them going to Portland, Quebec, Kansas City, Salt Lake City, Cleveland, Orlando, Indy, Houston. Great question. Houston is by far the biggest population center. So I think that makes sense. You think of the idea of, well, I don't think the NHL is going to expand because 32 is like the perfect number. But then again, obviously revenues. Imagine if something bad happens to the Coyotes or in Arizona, right? Or if it doesn't go according to plan, I could see them moving there. Kansas City would be a great spot too, because they have really good sports fans for baseball and certainly for football and soccer too, for that matter. Can't forget about Sporting KC. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us want to see Quebec get a team again, and I would love that as well, even if they weren't the Nordiques. But yeah, just the Canadian dollar is not nearly as strong, and as passionate as that market is, it is a very small market. I think that market's even smaller than Winnipeg. Don't quote me on that, but I know that Quebec City is smaller. With the Sharks, yeah, if the Sharks were to move, I think the Sharks would move to Houston. That's probably where they would go. But, alas. Hopefully, the night is darkest before the dawn, and we're just seeing the real flatlining right now, and not so much in the future. Or Hartford get a team? Yeah, I mean, well, Hartford has the Wolfpack, so that helps. You found a Jackalopes jersey on Facebook? Nice! Thanks for sharing those logos with us last time. Zane! Zane in the Membrane. Welcome. Great to have you here. Look at this. We got lots of viewers tuning in here, guys. So, of course, smash like. Helps others like you discover this stream. And it will encourage me to get on these streams a little bit more often than I have been in, the past, I don't know, year plus. So there you go. The Shark Tank would be deafening. Yeah, back in the day, man. See, yeah, you were around during the golden, the golden age, really. Or should I say the teal age? Yeah, Houston Sharks would be strange. So there you go. And then for the other teams that GC Blues had mentioned here, or the other regions, Portland would be really exciting in that the rivalry they would have with Seattle would be it'd be scary. Because those soccer fans for Portland and Seattle and for other sporting events, but man, they would be going head to head before, during, and after the game for sure. What's up, Dork? Welcome to the stream. Oh, you ordered a Minnesota Magicians? That's awesome. You got NHL hockey goalie. Oh. Right on. Well, welcome, guys. Good to see some new faces here. And yeah, of course, we're going to be chilling out while this game is going on. I think it's still scoreless. I haven't really been paying attention, even though I have my headphones on. Yep. You're going to get all kinds of like 90s and early 2000s hip-hop and rap references from yours truly here. You got to think about my influences back in the good old day. The lack of attendance due to California COVID restrictions. Yeah, that was certainly an issue, but if you look at season ticket sales since 2014, 2016 they rebounded a little bit, but yeah, they tanked. It's been tanking ever since then. It's a really good question though. Blue Car, welcome guys. Wonderful to have you in here. We're going to be hopefully doing these a little bit more often, and I have a Kraken jersey on right now, but I'm a fan of the Sharks, and I'm here to cover all sorts of NHL content or NHL news and analyze all teams and whatnot. So yeah, who knows? Maybe one day I will be doing a live stream or making a video on your team. And actually, Blue Car, if you're a Leafs fan, tomorrow's video is a Toronto Maple Leafs video. So we have a series going on right now that is making the case for each playoff team, why they could win the Stanley Cup. We have a new video releasing every week. So we've done a handful of teams in the Eastern Conference. Tomorrow's video is the Maple Leafs. The video coming up after that, so next Thursday, will be the New York Rangers, and we're inviting on some great fellow YouTubers to give their insights on their favorite teams as well. Thank you, Dork. Did I enjoy the Super Bowl halftime show? Yeah, I got a kick out of it. Of course, it was a show that was 20 years overdue for sure. But for nostalgia's sake, I enjoyed it. Even though I know that not all of them really had their performing mojo per se, but I got to tip the cap for them to have the guts to still get up there. Guys like Dr. Dre's like what 54 years old or something like that. Top five. Top five what, Dork? The Connecticut Whale as well. That's right, says Thorns of Chaos. And speaking of all this jersey talk, so again, at first intermission, guys, I will be looking at some jersey concepts here as supplied to us from Jamie of TD Creative. Run down all 32 teams and talk about what design you'd like to see. See for the reverse retros. I almost feel like I missed the boat since we've already found out what the designs are going to be. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to say, all right, reverse retro series 3. What are we going to do with that? Oh, the air trapped in here, right? Hey, I mentioned this on the last stream. I think I don't think the Canucks are entirely out of it. As long as they go as far as Demko goes for the most part. He's been performing terrific this year. I almost want to make a video as a write this down or like mark my words. I say Thatcher Demko next year is a finalist for the Vezina Trophy. It's like I'd put money on that right now. Oh, 5 reasons why. Yeah. So I've got videos already on the Penguins, and we had Alyssa Hope for that one. I did Bruins with John from Off the Wall Hockey. I've made a video with Flying Fluffy, who's a big Panthers fan. So we've got the Cats covered. I also made videos for the Lightning and for the Hurricanes. Actually, the Hurricanes one has some trivia in there as well. Oh, okay. Demko is literally the best goalie. I mean, he's probably the most underrated goalie. I mean, I think that a lot of folks out there, he's not the first name that comes to mind. And because normally you're thinking of goaltenders who are putting the team on their back when that team is already good enough to be in the playoffs. So I think that's what's up. The streams during the bubble playoffs were fun. Hey man, you guys brought a lot of energy into those. To be honest, I got a little burned out. A lot of that was because we somehow a bunch of jerks. And I don't mean that in an endearing way, Carolina Hurricanes. But we had some real dinguses in our chat trying to make things, crappy for people. And I'm not all about that. So I just need to step away from that for a while. But stuff like this, yeah, I'd like to keep this up. I have to have the energy for it. And 2, I think having kind of like a little program during these streams is important. So, like reviewing jersey concepts, or maybe I do trivia with you guys. We had trivia in our last stream, and I, just finding ways like that to bring kind of like ordered content into the stream. So then that way I already know kind of what I'm going to be talking about. Anyway, was that Tomasino? I don't know what his first name is, but he just stuffed in a rebound to give the Predators a 1-0 lead. THT? HTH. There you go. Yeah, you got it. The Sharks are getting a new video board next year? You're right, Trevor. That's right. You guys check out Neil's latest Guess the Jersey. I was really happy they gave me a shout out. That was really nice of him. Predators goal. Here we go. Yep. So Tomasino. And Mr. Zimmerman, that's the nature of the chat. Like I hardly ever watch the games just because, the chat's lighting up, and it's a really good crowd, right? Everyone's here to, actually talk about some really good, juicy content, whether that's jerseys or the NHL at large. All right, girl. Oh, wait, you dropped that one. Why'd you drop that one? There we go. All right, back on track. Love the Preds goal song. Man, I've been to a game. I probably have talked about that several times. Preds games are fun. Fun fans. Loud. But yeah, they really like to say "you suck" quite a bit, whether that's during the goal song or before the game or after the game. My dog's adorable. Oh, thank you. Yeah. You know, as much as I love creating content on here and, engaging with great like-minded hockey fans, my true love is for my best friend. And so we're a package deal. Wherever I go, she goes with me. And like I said, you can follow me on social media. You'll see more pictures on her or of her on there. So there you go. So anyway, Phil Tomasino, 1-0 Predators here in the first period. And again, we'll have those jersey concepts to take a look at Ferda in just a little bit. So stay tuned. That song, American Underdog, was a great movie. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. I only saw a trailer of it. It seemed like a good film. That's the Kurt Warner one, right? Kurt Warner. Obviously, I got to watch him as a kid, and all the way through college. Any pictures or renderings for the scoreboard for the Sharks? I don't think I've seen anything, but I'm glad that they're putting a new one in there. Investing in it in the first place for a team that I think is financially kind of in a bit of a rut, to be honest. The Blue Jackets have the best goal song from a Penguins fan. It's up there, absolutely. Best goal song, besides Pantera, Puck Off. Let's see. I love that the Flames use TNT as well. That definitely bangs. Let's see. Who else has a good goal song? Oh, no. The Ducks. I'm a Sharks fan. I think the Ducks would be 1 or 2 for me. It's Pennywise. It's Brohim. Hell yeah. Oh, exhale. Oh, I didn't even acknowledge that John from Off the Wall Hockey is here. John, howdy, man. It's great to have you here, even if it's just popping in. You were very stealthy in your appearance here. What's up? Thank you for joining the stream. You worked for Sports Service at St. Louis for 17 years, and you suck. Oh, whoa! You got to meet his wife, and you got to see all kinds of games. That's pretty dope. I mean, Kurt Warner. He just came into that organization, right? And then, 1999, all of a sudden, you have the greatest show on turf. Arguably the best offense ever. I know the 07 Patriots probably take the cake there, but at the time, right? Zane Peterson has joined the chat. I'm sorry, anytime I hear Peterson, it's never Peterson, it's Peterson. So, welcome. R.I.P. the Spokane Shock? Did they fold? They folded? Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Damn. I have the Chiefs and I have the Spokane Indians, which is like a minor league baseball team, but that sucks that the Shock folded. Disappointing, man. Yeah, the great Jack Corrigan, you know what's up, buddy. The greatest show on turf with Marshall Falk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Ricky Prohl, right? Big reason why they got to that Super Bowl in the first place was that Ricky Prohl catch. That's a deep cut there. From a hockey fan. That's a deep cut. You remember my Doc Emmerich voice. Yeah, one thing I want to do, I don't know if I'll do a live stream or if I probably can't make a separate video. I want to try to imitate certain broadcasters. Doc Emmerich is a fun one. Gary Thorne's my favorite, but I can't do him justice. Or Randy Hahn, maybe I can kind of Randy. It's just that you don't have too many baritones in the broadcast booth these days. James Reimer. James Optimus Reimer. Absolutely. Guy's just standing on his head night in, night out. Except last night, he got hurt. It's because we're running him into the ground too much. We need to send him off to a greener pasture and get 15 first-round draft picks. The new Canucks goal song is amazing. Interesting. I'm a big fan of 80s music and 80s films. It's kind of awkward as a goal song, but I still love that song anyway, and I'm not a Canucks fan, so I appreciate it. I wouldn't get annoyed by it. I would say Simple Minds, greater than Hall & Oates, sure. Where's Kermit the Frog? What? I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Jack. I don't know. Like, did I used to imitate him or something? Is that what I would do when I got drunk? Sharks fan, big time, buddy. There we go. You can't see it, but I've got Sharks ink on my arm too, man. Spokane Indians games are a blast. You would know. Well, the problem about going to games these days is just the wildfires that, the smoke just envelops the inland northwest. So we have days here where it's like 107 degrees and just purely smoke. So I don't know. I better get to a game in like early June before those things hit. Where's Cortana? Where's Butthead? Everybody in the chat is so cool. There we go. An anime voice actor? No. I would have to. If I were to be an anime voice actor, it would actually be in Japanese because that's the only real way to appreciate anime, in my opinion. The IFL terminated their membership. Oh, okay. That sucks, man. Where's Cortana? So my dog is chilling out over here. Hold on a sec. Hey, Cortana. Hey, they're asking about you. Yeah? Are you excited to give your playoff predictions in a couple months? Yeah, you got some time to think about it, girl. Okay, here we go. All right. Butthead voice is on point. Thank you. I'll be here all night. No, actually, I won't. Close enough, though. Anyway, guys, this chat. And Chris, have a good night. If you've already left us, no problem, man. Coming to us all the way from the other side of the continent, man. Take a guess on what the Odessa Jackalopes goal horn is. I don't know. Like, give me a little clue. Like, are we talking classic rock? Are we talking polka? Are we talking, I don't know, a song that's about rabbits or something like that? You got to dangle a little carrot for this bunny here, if you know what I mean. Wow, you met Bob Costas, James Brown, Vern Lundquist, Joe Buck, and Troy Aikman. My goodness, man. That's big leagues. Coach. Do you think the Stadium Series loss will affect your team's chances? What's that? Do you think that the Stadium Series loss will affect your team's chances at making the playoffs? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. There you go. I know basically all of Jim Moore's speech from that press conference. So there you go. Yeah, I've been known to do a few of those. That's awesome, Blues. Did I hear that San Jose is getting a new scoreboard? I did, actually. Trevor just mentioned that about 10 minutes ago. So, I mean, that's good. It's good that they're able to invest during a time when financially they're not doing well. Like, they're not doing well at all. Anyway. So, is anybody here going to any playoff games this year? I got to know. Do we have, like, season ticket holders here or people who are saving up for that? The Horn is a team that has a wild fan base, and the song is a song used by a team that I said last stream they really need a Stanley Cup. Oh. Well, wait, I don't even know what the Sabres goal horn is. Or what the song is for that. So, nothing is coming to mind there, per se. I mean, Buffalo fans are crazy, especially when it comes to football. Those guys are effing nuts. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen any pictures, but I'll tag you if I do see something though. It's the goal song from last year. Um, I almost made a Panthers fan joke. Sorry. By the way, this period's winding down. Anyway, you're gonna have to let me know. Like when there's like a trivia-ish question, I just can't focus on that one question or comment because a lot of stuff comes in. You got the stimulation from the game here, and now that we're at first intermission, we're gonna take a look at Jamie's concepts. So 32 different jersey concepts. Give it up. We got ourselves a designer in the house. So. All right, let's see. Am I able to pull this up? There we go. Okay. So we're starting off hot, guys, because we're going straight up Nordiques. And overall, I mean, look, at the end of this day, this is completely subjective from my standpoint. I respect all of the hard work that has gone into this as somebody who's designed jersey concepts myself and routinely worked with designers and artists. So this is my sort of like a boilerplate statement. I'm not necessarily going to love everything here, but I'm going to point out what I really like, maybe some things that I think could maybe be tweaked just a skosh to get me to really get on board with these jerseys. I'm not going to pick them apart, though. That's just not fun. So anyway, this was definitely one that when I cycled through the jerseys, I said, okay, it's a Nordiques jersey. There is absolutely nothing that can turn me off from this. I like this overall quite a bit here. And if I'm not paying attention to the chat, I'm just trying to do my best to comment on the jerseys here. So you may divert your attention as such. Yeah, it looks really good in this burgundy. It really does. And I don't really have much in the way of gripes. I actually like that you kept the collar the same as the rest of the jersey. If anything, I would just create maybe a little bit more separation between the fleur-de-lis on the bottom and that blue band at the bottom. Maybe just like a little thin white strip to separate the two. Anyway, if the Avalanche came out with this for their reverse retro, I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, take my money. Take it. So there you go. How it would look in... Right, yeah, you absolutely have to consider, how would this look on the ice? How would it look with other uniforms? How would it look next to other teams as well? But yeah, really good, man. All right. Sorry, that was one step backward. Oh, Tampa. Look at this Storm jersey. So, as we know, the Bolts are supposed to be going back to this design somewhat for the reverse retro next year. The thing that jumps out at me the most are those lightning bolts on the arm. And I think the Lightning should actually adopt that sort of electric yellow into their color palette to help differentiate themselves better from the Red Wings design that they use for their jerseys. And, of course, the Maple Leafs colors. So that's certainly what I like about this the most. I think the logo looks really nice. I don't know if you touched that up at all, but there's something about that. Not a big fan of the shoulders per se as gray. I would rather maybe they stay black like the body of the jersey. But overall, though, this is going somewhere for sure. Where are the numbers? Oh, yeah, I think that all of these don't have the numbers. So definitely something to account for in our reactions and critiques. But hey, at the end of the day, most of us are going to buy these jerseys blank anyway. So I guess look at it that way. Oh, sorry. So I got to go to the right. All right, Edmonton Oilers, the oil drop. Everybody wants to see that come back. And I think that Neil said in one of his videos that that is actually coming back. Now, personally, I was never a huge fan of this jersey. This, to me, though, this design is very presentable, accessible, straightforward, clean. So it works. It's very functional. I kind of like seeing the Oilers with some orange, but again, I think that this would make a lot of people really happy. So that's that. I'm going to go through these kind of quickly because, again, intermission doesn't last all that long. And so I think that that's pretty much everything I have to say about that. You did a good job on this one. I am tough to impress when evaluating jerseys of my favorite team. The logo looks awesome. colored like that. It's a little bit different from that stealth jersey that they have. So I'm on board with that, absolutely. The collar, now, I don't know. I'm kind of waffling. It might be too much white, but the design of the collar, though, looks really nice. And I like that teal rim. That looks good, too. Now, for the banding, I think maybe it's a little thick for my personal taste. But, again, you're taking up some of that space for a jersey that's otherwise, pretty plain, but for a good reason. So maybe just kind of squish that down a little bit, and I would probably buy this anyway. With some white numbers with some teal outline to them. Magnifique, mon frere. So, well done. Look at this Mooterus, guys. Hey now. Yo. I think this is about as good as a Mooterus jersey can get. Really, if you're sticking to the original colors, I think this is a really, really creative, well-executed design here. I'm not even going to pick it apart, man. I actually really like this. It's a great blend of what was a horrendous jersey and something that people kind of want to see return. And it's a good interpretation of it. So, when I look back at this series of jerseys, I would think that this one to me would kind of be one of those, one of the big winners. So, definitely some kudos and some guts for, actually trying to make this one happen. And you really did. Because I haven't seen too many Mooterus concepts out there, but this is the best one I've seen, without question. All right, next up, LA Kings. So, on the surface, I like it. The Kings have already made 2 jerseys with this layout in Adidas. So, it is a bit of a retread, but execution-wise, it comes together nicely. And, I don't know, maybe I know that they haven't worn shoulder patches, but it'd be kind of cool if teams would have shoulder patches that kind of commemorate when they won Stanley Cups or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting. Of course, you could always throw in purple and whatnot, but again, sticking to that original palette for the Kings, nicely done. Colby Sports, what's happening? Welcome to the stream. We're taking a look at some jerseys here, some jersey concepts, and hopefully we can get you to stick around for that. And we got a great crowd tonight, actually. Probably one of the best crowds I recall. Anaheim. This one is really interesting. The angularity, you're actually reshaping it a bit. And you got kind of a large logo here. And I don't know. I like it. I like the cuffs. I like the colors. Sure, it might be a little bit bottom heavy, but imagine sticking some numbers on the sleeves with some orange accents. I think this one has some potential here. And in a sense, I almost kind of like this more, or at least just as much as the orange alternate that the team has. What's up, JT? Best teams in the Western Conference this year. Colorado's got to get past the second round. Minnesota, I was really high on them, but they're in a bit of a rut. They got plenty of time to figure that out. The Calgary Flames have really taken me by surprise. But if the LA Kings get in the playoffs, they can be as scary as just about anybody. That's kind of what I can say on the surface here. You can ask me follow-up questions, but I'll be looking at these jersey concepts in the meantime here. Yeah, Old Ducks logo for the win. If anybody's new here, by the way, definitely stay in the loop with what we're doing here on Twisted Wrister Hockey by subscribing, smash that like button, all that good stuff. I also accept super chats, but just having you guys here is very valuable in the first place. So, bienvenidos and gracias. All right, Vegas. I really like this one. The shoulders are probably the one drawback in my opinion, but the composition and the consistency between the sleeves and the torso is awesome. And actually, I like that letter mark. Maybe it needs a little bit, if we were to actually make a retail version of this, a little sparkle, a little shimmer, right? Yeah, gotta do it Vegas style, right? Coming from a Sharks fan, of all people. But I think that overall, this has some potential. I wouldn't mind seeing the shoulder, or I wouldn't mind just going completely black on top. Or, as you guys will know with me, I like my shoulders rounded. So let's see here, give you an example. This Capitals one here. So I like when the shoulder rounds off at the bottom and goes past the actual top of the shoulder versus something that's more square or cut off. So I'm not going to I'm not going to look at all these concepts and say, oh, -1 for cropped shoulders. That's just my personal preference. Whereas, Neil from Post to Post actually likes the cropped shoulders. So there you go, right? All right. Yeah, the Wild, I'd like to see them go for a goaltender. Because I thought that they should get Marc-Andre Fleury, frankly. All right, so we got the Ducks, we got the Knights. All right, Senators. Taking it back to what year was that? 1995 or 97? And this is overall a good interpretation of that jersey that they came out with. I like the sleeves, the bottom of the sleeves, making those black. I think that looks good. Never was a huge fan of that logo, but it does bring back some good times, right? The days of Danny Heatley, Jason Spezza, Daniel Alfredson, Zdeno Chara, right? So I think a lot of people would actually like to see this come back. And the shoulder patches look good on this too. Good collar design. Not much to gripe about, that's for sure. Buffalo Sabres. All right. So I looked at this one and I said, all right, imagine some yellow numbers on these. I think this jersey would actually kind of fly. And the piping and the undersleeve design, while I'm not a fan of that, like, in reality, the fact that you actually attempted that, or that Jamie attempted that with the piping, actually, paid attention to sort of that Reebok era of jerseys, I respect the hell out of it. Like that quite a bit, actually. I think it looks really cool here. And the collar design, I don't know. I might just change that centerpiece to yellow. That's just a small gripe, if anything. But yeah, I strangely kind of like this. And I kind of want to see the Buffalo Slug make some sort of return. Anyway. Blues is right, though. That Senators logo definitely has Scooby-Doo eyes. This could be the winner here. This is just flawless in every sense. It's so... it's meant to happen. It's going to happen next year. I don't know if they're going to, produce the jersey in this color scheme, but dang it, this is so well composed. I like how the S is red. The rounded shoulders, nicely done there. Yeah, I really just don't have much to say other than take my money. That's about it, man. All right. Now, this slaps. This jersey slaps right here. I like it quite a bit. Never was a fan of the mustard cat. And by the way, guys, stick around because Saturday. Excuse me. Saturday, I'm going to have a jersey to unbox of the Nashville Predators, and I'll also recount the 24-year jersey history of said Nashville Predators. So, Shazam. Yo, this concept is a banger. Because the mustard is just an accent here. So it takes a back seat to that navy. The logo with Predators on the top. I actually really like that. That font, that's why I like it. I like that font. I love the numbers they used back in that era. And the cuffs on the bottom, taking a page out of the mustard cat. Yeah, I think this looks really good. Even the underarms and the sides of the jersey have a little bit of mustard in them as well. I don't know, man. This one has surprisingly won me over. The Predators one is amazing, Sports and Horn says. All right. So both you and I are smoking the good stuff. All right, here we go. Jets. Pretty much every Jets jersey concept out there, I'm a fan of. In this case, I am too. I like seeing the Jets in more blue, but again, if we're going more of like a throwback or a reverse retro, I'm all in favor of it in red. That looks totally fine. Yeah, I like the two-tone sleeves. I'm a sucker for the two-tone sleeves, most definitely. The Preds jersey 6 is Jason. Right on. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Great to have you here. We have several more concepts to take a look at. Do I have the creator's handle? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Could you just give me one moment? I'll put Jamie's Twitter handle in the description. I don't know if he's on Instagram, but I know he's on the Twizzler. Where is Jamie? I love his Twitter pic, by the way. Let's see if I can get it. Of course, things take a little bit longer here because, I'm doing this stream and I'm not doing this on a desktop, so my processing power is not very mighty. So let's take a look. So guys, hold on a sec. Just one moment here. So follow our designer Jamie here, or on Twitter. One sec. Wait, why can't I type? Here we go. There we go. All right. So we got. Oh yeah. You're good, Jamie. Oh, we got Jamie on Instagram too. All right, right on, man. What I like is that, you've got the stones to show up here too. That's awesome. Working in the design world, it's like you spend so much time on something, and people don't necessarily understand the efforts that go into it. But yeah, this Jets jersey, you know what I also really like about this? Just the touch of navy. The little bit of piping with the two-tone sleeve. It's almost like you hacked my brain. That looks so good. All right, Columbus. Of course, everybody and their mom and my dog wants to see this on the ice. So, I love it, right? The white version of the alternate jersey of theirs. I would certainly pay top dollar for something like that. Yeah, I love it. The different shades of blue, the little bit of like the gray in between. It works okay. But yeah, it's all about that logo. Love it. All right, Pittsburgh. I've seen more concepts like this with the Robo Penguin in the original colors for Pittsburgh. Excuse me. Once again, all the talking, all the air traps in. So, with the exception of the shoulders, I really like this. I think the execution on it looks great. The penguin looks wonderful. That the shades of blue look good there too. The shoulders, I know it's kind of hard to kind of replicate what the team wore in the 1990s, but I don't really think it matches the color scheme quite as well as it did with that black and yellow, which doesn't really sound like it necessarily would match that. But I'm not so high on that part, but everything else I like quite a bit. And I think probably my favorite part of this is actually the right sleeve, or, to us directionally, it's on the left. I just love those two little bands of light blue and white there. I don't know. It just looks super elegant that way. For show. So, let's move on to the next one. New York Rangers. So, with this one, I don't really know what's too different. I just think that the shade of blue is darker. Because I know the Rangers wore a shade like this in the past, I think. And I really like it. That's about all I have to say about it. Because I love Rangers jerseys. Even though they don't really have a logo on their jerseys, just the word mark. But I love it. Hey, Isaiah, what's up, bud? And Jean, wow, tuning in late at night, man. Thank you. Yeah, I know these concepts are pretty banger, aren't they? From Jamie here. Oh yeah, the grays for Steel City for the Penguins. Good call, good call. See, that's the thing. It's really great to have kind of a consensus here, because people can point out features and decisions, design decisions that I hadn't even, pondered. So, hey now, yeah, this Rangers one of those. It's beautiful. Like, take my money, really. All right, Flyers. Yo, I love this one. Oh, I love this one so much. See, Philly's another team where I don't think they necessarily have to rebrand, but I love the logo and the colors. I don't like the design of their jerseys, but this really does stir the pot. And I'm talking about, like, this is like authentic Louisiana gumbo in the pot. Like, this is the good stuff. I love this one. It's so wild. Or, well, it's so Flyers, but man, it's throwing it back to when Philadelphia had an NHL team decades and decades ago called the Philadelphia Quakers. And I'm like quaking in my slippers here, because I am stoked at the prospect of something like this being unveiled one day. Hopefully. I don't expect that to happen, but it's beautiful. I love this one. Yeah, right? It's great. It's just so fun. And it's a Flyers jersey without the actual Flyers logo on it. That would be a first, right? I think so. Jamie, I love it, man. This is, of all the jersey concepts I've seen from you, this has to be probably, it's either top 10 or top 5. It's awesome. I love it. Oh, sorry. Go right. Then we got the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I think when Jamie appeared on my channel, he had a jersey very similar to this with the skate logo instead of the orca. I don't know. I think I like the skate logo more, but I am a fan of recoloring the orca into this color scheme. So, no objections. And man, that sleeve with the sort of faded striping, that's pretty cool. I'd like to see a little bit more of that around the NHL. So, good stuff, Hufflepuff. All right, Washington. So this is one where I'm a stickler, but I commend you for your boldness with this. And actually, it's not, I don't know, the bronze is a little overkill for me, but maybe if you were to, for example, color the bottom of the jersey after the stripes, I know why you have it bronze on the bottom, because I think that matches what they wore in that era. Then I think you might win me over. I mean, again, this is one where it's like, if I had to grade it, out of 10, I would still give it like at least like a 7.5, just because, again, you are going where no one has gone before in the realm of jersey concepts, or where people, people rarely tread. So that's my thought there. All right, New York Islanders. What I think is interesting here is that Jamie has removed teal from the fisherman. The logo looks pretty cool like that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of teal, so I always want to see that. But I do think it's interesting looking at this in a different sort of version, a different rendition. The bottom looks fine of the torso, but the angularity of the sleeve striping doesn't necessarily match. Well, it matches the shoulder angularity, but not the bottom. So I don't know. I'm a little picky on that. But wait, I thought the Preds had scored again. But again, I think what shines for me here is the logo, and I think that the detailing around the shoulders looks good as well. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Michael Pittman? What's happened? Thank you for joining. We want fish sticks. Absolutely. Blackhawks. All right, so this is a stark white version of what they wore back in, 1930 something. I don't know if you, I guess you recolored the logo. I'm not totally sold on this one, honestly. I actually like the all black collar though. I'm fine with the layout of this. It's just maybe that the logo is lacking something for me in how it's been recolored. But I think that might have been your intention, because remember, guys, the Blackhawks, their first jerseys, I think, were just black and white anyway, like that 2019 Winter Classic. So, and guys, remember, if you're not a fan of the jersey, let's just remember to please be respectful to our designer, because putting these together takes a couple hours each. I've done this myself before. Did I get a haircut? No. I just tied my hair in the back. At some point, I might chop it off. I don't know. Return of the Mac. What's up, Big Lou? Somebody with the name Louie. Big Lou. That's what's up. All right. Yo. Gotta love the risk taking. Exactly. It takes stones to do this, right? So, this is a banger. An absolute banger. Mean Girl Hockey, what's going on? Great to have you here. Late in the evening. But yeah, we're looking at some jersey concepts from Jamie here of TD Creative. So this is great. This is the St. Louis Eagles, who played one season in the Lou. Didn't even wear these colors at all. I think their jerseys were white and were very simple. Like Jamie's following the design here of those jerseys in the St. Louis Blues colors with the red eagle. I think they had the red eagle on the original jersey. I think this one is awesome. I love this. Very clever. And I had thought about this one before as well. I said, all right, well, what if somebody actually made it in the Blues colors? And it turned out magnifique. So there we go. I mean, just some of the ideas that Jamie had, we'll cycle through the jerseys really quickly a second time. But just some of his ideas about where to tread in the realm of jersey history. I think he's onto something special with a lot of these. I know, right? This is a great jersey. Now, I'm not in love with this, but I do like it quite a bit. I love the bottom of this. That's awesome. Now the sleeve striping, excuse me. Should that have the pattern in it as well? I think maybe it might be a little bit overkill. But the waist stripe looks dope. Oh, I'm sorry, Ma'ur. I'm sorry if I don't know if you tried to post a link or something, but oh, I don't know why Streamlabs timed you out there. I'm sorry about that. Imagine it looks. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with your message whatsoever. Yeah, I'm sorry that for some reason it timed you out there. That's weird. Anyway, you're good. Stick around if you'd like, but I understand if Streamlabs tripping. All right, I do need to take another look at this. So thank you for being understanding here. But yeah, guys, what do you think about this Canes one? I like it quite a bit. Most definitely. Isaac Frost, the original Ottawa Senators who won 11 cups. Well, I mean, didn't they went to St. Louis, right? Didn't they go to St. Louis for that one season and then they folded after that? That's a good trivia question, my friend. Streamlabs doesn't like St. Louis? Must be a Hawks fan then. All right, here we go. Next up, oh, dude. This takes guts, ladies and gentlemen. It is a little overkill. If you were to kind of tweak the scaling of some of the elements, I think maybe it could come together. But I'm just by default a fan of this because of how just assertive it is, for sure. Cane's is a good restaurant. I did not know there was a restaurant like that. Yeah, they became the St. Louis Eagles, right? I believe so. Yeah, so thoughts on the Canes and thoughts on the Flames, guys. This one is very, very assertive. The yellow's throwing you off a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of a couple teams out there wearing yellow. I think it can work. Again, if you kind of tweak the scaling of some of the elements. Excuse me. Because you don't want the logo to feel overwhelmed, or at least that's just how it's coming across to me. But the way that Jamie colored the logo, the outlines around it, I wouldn't change that at all. I think that looks terrific. So, and the collar looks really good too, especially that red rim around it. It's a dodgeball jersey. It's an average Joe's. Kind of is, and we mean that in the best of ways too. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Okay, Boston Bruins Meth Bear. I love the bottom and the sleeve little design or inlet or whatever you want to call it. That actually looks good too. Now, I like how Jamie kind of replicated what the Bruins had with that Bruins text in that orientation. That was so weird about the jersey in the first place. And that's what I like a couple ugly jerseys. That to me is just like if they ever issued this jersey, I would hope that they would kind of correct the orientation of that Bruins text. But I know why Jamie did it that way. So that's not to ding him. The rest of the jersey, though, I kind of like this. Would kind of like to see it in the ultra saturated yellow, personally. But maybe it's a little bit more vintage looking if you kind of desaturate it. So there you go. Kevin, thank you for joining. Good evening. Bonsoir. Cortana, how are we doing, sweetie? Here, let's cut to the dog really quickly. Hi, girl. You being a good girl? Yeah? Are you looking for more treats? Yeah, you want more treats? Gotta make sure the kiddo's doing all right. Yeah, you like the Bruins jersey? Yeah, man. Meth Bear. It's the funniest nickname for it. All right, so we got that. We got a few more teams to get through here. All right, Devils. Really straightforward. I'm sure a lot of people are asking for this. That's pretty much it, right? I'd actually probably prefer for the collar just to bleed into the shoulders. So I'd maybe rather have that in red. I like the recoloring on the logo quite a bit. I like how the middle, or yeah, the NJ is black. That looks good. The sleeving and banding is fine to me. I just think, yeah, if you tweak if the collar was consistent with the rest of the shoulders, round the shoulders off, and for my own personal preferences, then it's a purchase. Excuse me. So there you go. The Preds just scored again. Oh shoot, I must be really far behind. Oh, here it is in transition. Shot and no. He did beat him. Stick side. All right. Well, there we go. So the Preds are now up 2-0 on Seattle. Come on, Seattle. God darn it. Matt Duchene scored. Actually, we have a subscriber who is Matt Duchene's third cousin. Cortana is so sweet. Well, I'll be sure to pass that on. All right, thank you, Jacob. Jacob, please don't spam messages, okay? All right, we're trying to keep things pretty chill here. All right, so we got some more to get through here. All right, we got the Cleveland Barons. So the inspiration here was Minnesota North Stars, if I'm correct with what Jamie said earlier, because the Minnesota North Stars were the product of the Cleveland Barons. So, am I saying that correctly? I think I am. So that's why you see green in this jersey. And I think there's just enough to sort of pay tribute to the North Stars, but still keeping the focus on Cleveland too. So I actually really like this. I also really like the collar too. That little accent, that green rim at the top. Love it. Love it. It looks wonderful. Well, I'm saying, Jacob, that if you write long strings of text in caps locks, it's going to cut you out, because I don't want somebody coming in here trying to make things miserable for people and spamming just random messages. I'm not saying that you are doing that. I'm just saying that you don't want to come across that way. So anyway, Kraken just scored, by the way. Let me take a look at this goal. Who is that out there, man? Seattle rotates through its players so often. Oh, nice deke, man. A little backhand sauce from Marcus Johansson to Alex Wenberg, who really has not been able to replicate the season he had last year with Florida. But nice to see him get on the board here to cut the deficit to 1. All right. The red and green Habs jersey. Yeah, you're right, Isaiah. It does kind of remind me there, too. All right, let's take a look. Oh, Toronto. So, of course, Toronto has the arena's alternate for the upcoming Heritage Classic. And, yeah, this is obviously very straightforward and deliberately so. And I like it. Just put a couple numbers on it, and we got ourselves a nice-looking jersey, something that's certainly vintage. You've got that sort of, the single color for the collar. And I think that kind of, if you had that sweater collar on this, that would look really nice. Okay. All right, so anyway, I think it looks good. It's just a nice little interpretation of Toronto's first jerseys. So there you go. Now, this one, Chef's Kiss. It is gorgeous. I love this one. Really, I do. It's awesome. This is probably one of my favorite 5 from the series. The striping, I like the variation in the striping. I like that, the 2 that are just below the collar there. Looks really nice. Oh, wait, the Kraken just tied it up? Are you kidding me? I mean, they just scored to make it 2-1. Here he comes in transition. He's going 1-on-4. Let's see how this develops here. Shot from the point. Behind the net. Oh, nice hit. Man, I must be on a mad delay here, guys. Then again, I'm streaming this. I'm not. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. That's Eberle. No, 19. Eberle's not 19. Let's see who's got this one. Oh, it's boy Callie. There we go. It's Callie Yarncroak. Yeah, this one This jersey is awesome. The only thing that I would probably want to change is like the collar, the laces, like that piece there. And I see a lot of designers doing this, so I'm probably of just a differing opinion. That's obviously something I want to make clear. I would just make that red. I like when the collar piece is all entirely the same color. If you're gonna make like the main part of it like one color, then it should be the same in the center. I don't know. I usually have that sort of outlook, but hey, no problem. Yeah, it's still an awesome jersey. So certainly among my favorites. The letters look terrific too. All right, Arizona. I've seen something kind of like this before. This to me is promising. My only sort of gripe is that the letters are, or excuse me, the yoke a little high up on the logo, or maybe there's something that should go beneath it. I don't know, but I like the creativity here. How the sides kind of start, at the bottom of the jersey, and then kind of come up and fold out like that. It's kind of neat. So, I mean, I think that conceptually, it's interesting. It's unique. I like the colors work pretty good in this as well too, and the collar looks pretty good too. And so, overall, I'm just not sure exactly how I would change it. But I like that this is different than the same old stuff that we get from the Kachina. By the way, Seattle just made it 3-2. These guys can't be stopped. It's Yanni Gourde. Wowee. All right. So, then we have Florida. Is that the last one? No, we got a couple more. Sorry. All right, so we have Florida, with the two-tone blue. The way that Jamie has tweaked the logo by using this version of the Panther head, that to me is a great noticeable improvement over the two-tone jersey that they used to wear. So that's my favorite piece. As a matter of fact, like, you don't need, like, I don't think that the shoulders need to be a different color necessarily. And it's like a purchase from there probably. But I know some people like those patches and the two-tone blue is always a winner, right? So, but yeah, I think that center of the jersey, the sleeves, and the bottom, like, all that looks really good to me too. So, and a lot of people would probably say the same, I would think. So, hey now. All right. Yeah, if the team scores, don't worry about it, guys. You can let me know. Even if I'm on a delay here. I'm not really watching the game at this point anyway. Or maybe I will, but let's get through the concepts. All right. Then we got the Montreal Expos. So apparently the Habs are supposed to be doing some sort of Expos themed jersey next year, or they're supposed to draw inspiration from it. The Florida one would be a top seller. I mean, the reverse retro was. Panthers got a growing fan base here. All right, so Montreal. Love the Expos logo, absolutely. I mean, of course, I don't know if it would ever pass. And I guess there's probably a bit of a motif, right? So this one doesn't have as many bells and whistles, and I think that's intentionally because baseball jerseys typically don't. So it's really about letting that powder blue shine. The 3 goals came in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Wow. Should have stripes on the sleeves. Yeah, again, I guess this is kind of like, maybe on the cuffs, right, at the bottom, because like baseball jerseys have, that's where they have their sort of accents, right? No LNH? Oh, come on. To stylize the logo like that can take some time. All right, so anyway, I'd be curious to see what this looks like in person, especially with some numbers on there as well. Okay, actually that's all of the jerseys. So let's just quickly go through and I'll name like which ones that really stood out to me. And of course, you guys let me know in the comments below. And Jamie certainly has earned our respect and admiration and appreciation for all of these designs, I would have to say. So yeah, solid. Again, like a lot of these jerseys have like a lot of elements I like, or multiple elements that I like. So this is kind of like one, where it's like a tweak or two away from me. So then, of course, this, I think a lot of people like that. Again, the Sharks one is a winner for me, even though I'm difficult to please on that front. Yo, this is top 5. This is absolutely top 5. The best mooderist concept ever. Solid, this looks good. The Vegas one, again, like one change away, I think, and I really, really would like that one. And again, like these all have really good elements. Like this one, it looks terrific. I know a lot of other concepts look similar to this, but something about this one, it might be the shoulders. I don't know. It's really doing it for me. This has to be at least like 6th or 7th. I mean, this is boldly going where no concept designer has gone, or where few tread. This looks great. That, of course, we want to see in person. Again, like one tweak away, really solid. This has to probably make it in the top 5 because, again, Philly has never not worn its logo on the front. So that's there. This looks great too. Again, bold. Certainly bold and gets my respect. Maybe just filling out the bottom in blue would probably do it for me. I'm not sure. But yeah, this Eagles one would probably be in the top 5 as well. Because again, it's a different take, and it's doing something that I've envisioned before too. So there we go. This one would be kind of close. This might be around 10th or 11th. This I want to put it in like my top 5. It's not quite there though. Meth Bear, Devils, Barons. This one would get close as well. Obviously, I'm thinking really retro on a lot of these. Detroit, like this has to be top 5 or top 3. It's wonderful. So yeah, like Detroit. What would I say? Like Detroit, Philly, St. Louis, Dallas. Like those would probably be my favorite 4 from this. Because you and I both, right? We've all seen like hundreds, if not thousands, of concepts out there. So those are really fresh concepts, I would have to say. And Seattle would probably round out the top 5. So Jamie, terrific job if you're still around here, or if you're still around, like stick taps and kudos. And again, I'll put Jamie is on Twitter and on Instagram. I got his Twitter handle here. I'm just going to put that in the chat. Trevor, I wish I could say that they are, but they're not. Not yet. Maybe one of these days. I would love nothing more than for one of the jersey designers who puts their stuff out on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube to actually have their concepts be featured on an NHL jersey. It's happened in other leagues before, but never in the NHL, I don't think. So Jamie, feel free to plug your Instagram as well. There we go. Wow. Well, that was a lot of fun, guys. I want to make a joke about mushrooms. So we'll do this. We'll make content like this part of our streams going forward. Because yeah, it's a little bit of that, variety is the spice of life. Yeah, it's a little bit different than just chatting with you guys down here and watching the game and commenting on that. So we'll definitely mix things up there. The Canes one, right? That Canes one was, I think, better than what they currently wear, for sure. There we go. That's Jamie's Instagram, so you can give him a follow there. Anyway. Yeah, we've been going live here for how long now? I don't know. I still have some energy, though. And the second period is about 7 minutes away from being over. I think I can stick it out to the end of the game, hopefully so. The palm tree shoulder patch on the Panthers blue. Ew. Anyway, it's crazy. All these goals have happened. I think 4 goals happened since we were doing our concept reaction. Reaction to the concepts here. So yeah, it's wonderful having you guys around this evening. Of course, if anyone is just joining us and is new to the channel, it'd be wonderful to have you around for more streams and to see some of the other content that I put out on YouTube. So definitely smash like, smash subscribe, join the Twist Brigade. Come on, we're a pretty cool community, I would have to say. And yeah, you're getting content multiple times a week, covering the NHL in the forms of analysis, in terms of recapping the history of certain topics around professional hockey and the culture of hockey too, with the folks that you interact with here, and of course talking about jerseys and logos and aesthetics. yeah, we try to create a diverse portfolio of content and viewers here. People coming from all parts of the continent, and we do have viewers from other parts of the world as well. So that's pretty dope. I've certainly talked to viewers who are coming from hot hockey markets in Europe, and people watching it from Australia and New Zealand. We've had people, I think, from like, I don't know, Peru or Argentina. Like I've gotten some interesting other representations out there too, and obviously we want to show them that that we would love to see more viewers from those parts of the world as well, and to see of course the game grow. Plans to visit St. Louis sometime. I don't have any plans. There are probably other places that I want to hit first. Like for example, I've never been to Miami, so I don't know. It's certainly not set in stone. But if I go to a playoff game this year, maybe I'd go to Colorado because I got a friend near Denver. Maybe I'd go to Miami so I could see Jumbo Joe Thornton. But I do definitely want to hit every NHL arena at least once. So the idea is, St. Louis, I'm like, well, not yet. Eventually, though. I got to get some ribs, man. It's been a while. Hey, what's up, Nick? Thank you for joining the stream. Appalachian State has a hockey team now. Oh, really? What are they? They're not the Mountaineers, are they? That's what? That's West Virginia? Oh, you went to... Oh, that's right. You're in Florida. Florida. Oh, my. And the Predators have just tied it up here on a goal from... well, I think Duchesne assisted on it, but I think one of the right-handed guys tapped it in. No, looks like it is Duchesne's goal. Here, I'm going to just take a look at the highlights here. So this game is already, now what, 3-3? Yeah. Late in the second period. Duchesne kind of, oh. Yeah, just kind of lazy defense there. St. Louis style pizza is awesome. Oh, they're also the Mountaineers. Okay. What is St. Louis style pizza anyway? I know that Chicago style pizza is actually two styles of pizza. Because the north side is the deep dish, right? Like the actual pie crust. I've made one myself, by the way. That stuff's good. But like the south side is more like, not like New York style, but it's definitely a thinner crust. And I think, don't they cut it up into squares? I know that like Detroit does that. Anyway, we got a Chicago in here to elaborate on that. But yeah, let me know, what is St. Louis pizza? You built a lightsaber. Now, did you join the dark side? But like, you'd probably had to slice those fools up because, man, Star Wars it's all about Darth Vader, man. The good old days of Star Wars, the Emperor. Not a fan of St. Louis pizza? I think it's because you might not be a fan of St. Louis, even though you live like right by it. Thin cracker, top edge to edge. We use Provel cheese? I'm not a cheese expert by any means, so I don't even know what that is. Well, yeah. And you do cut it into squares. Okay. Huh. Hey, I love pizza. I'll eat any kind of pizza. Except I don't like anchovies, so. But as long as you don't put anchovies on top of it, I would gladly dive into it. I mean, like, I'll eat frozen pizza. And I'll eat bougie pizza. I love all kinds of pizza. See, pizza, what's so great about it is, first of all, it's got various food groups, right? You can get your carbs, you can get your dairy, you can get your meat, you can get your vegetables, or if you do ham and pineapple, or, pepperoni and pineapple, or bacon and pineapple, right? You get your fruit. So that's pretty legit. All right, so St. Louis pizza. All right, one of these days. Hey, it's Knucklehead. Hey, your third cousin just scored a goal, or he just got an assist or something. He's having a good night. Frozen pizza is goated. If it's goat cheese, I would think. Okay. All right. See, that's the thing. It's not. It's not entirely. There you go. That's what I like to see, Riley. Um, that's what I like about not the thing is that going to see an NHL team in a different arena. Yeah, that's cool and whatnot, but that's not necessarily going to be the best part of the trip. The best part of the trip is exploring and finding out where the best places to eat are, and the random people that you'll meet when you're you know uh, having a night on the town and yeah, sightseeing and all that kinds of good stuff. Wow, wowee, that is a lot of spam. Bear with us, guys. Okay, thanks for taking care of that, CJ. But New York style is the best. I don't know. It's really good. But then again, I haven't been to New York in 2 decades, so I haven't had New York pizza in New York, right? But hey, I gotta say, pizza's pizza. Although I've had some disappointing pizza in Italy of all places, but that's because I didn't get to pick the restaurant. Io parlo italiano molto bene, so I should be the one making the decisions. Do I watch NBA? No, actually I don't. Um, so when I was growing up, I was a huge Seattle Supersonics fan, and so obviously they folded when I was in college, and so I just said, nah, not for me. Um, when the Warriors started getting good, when Mark Jackson was still the coach, but then of course right after transitioning into Steve Kerr. So I grew up in California, and so the Warriors. I grew up going to some Warriors games. I used to love basketball, and I would go to the Warriors games because I would watch them play the Sonics, or I would want to watch whoever the Warriors were playing against. So I got to see Vince Carter when he was on the Raptors. I got to see Kevin Garnett when he was on the Timberwolves. So I would, go to some games like that. So once the Warriors started getting good again, yeah, I jumped on the wagon, but they were the team of the region. So they're doing well right now, and like I'll crack a smile if they win the championship, but I'm not really following the NBA. It happens at the same time as hockey, and when I'm not watching hockey, which is not all that often, I'm usually just editing videos. So there you go. Or cuddling my dog. Unrelated to the current topic, the Sharks Classic jersey is back in stock. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get one because I already got, the heritage from last year, but, let me know if you're going to get them. Is anybody else getting any of those classic jerseys, right? Got Seals, they got the Nordiques. Kings, they got a yellow jersey with the crown on it. Yeah, I could talk about pizza forever, but certain towns have something else that they're known for, right? You go to Seattle, right? You can get yourself some of the freshest fish, like salmon, or some really good sushi or ramen. You're a Blazers fan. Oh, they're not doing well? Now, the Blazers are actually the closest team to me here. However, people here don't care about NBA basketball for obvious reasons. There's no team right here. But I'm very close to Gonzaga, which everybody is nuts about here. Absolutely. But I can't really get on board with it because I went to school at Santa Clara, who is a rival of Gonzaga's, even though we suck. But back in the 90s, right before Gonzaga was really, really good, we had control of that conference with a guy named Steve Nash. So, go Broncos. Maybe the Seals? Yeah, the Seals one looks good to me too, for sure. I'm a huge fan of the the Oakland Seals logo, not just the word mark, which but nostalgia purposes, right? Especially that color combination. The green and yellow looks good. You're gonna get a Sharks Classic. There you go. NHL. Wait, what? Oh, what the hell? I think I need to revisit my Streamlabs. Oh, Alex Stalock traded to the Sharks. What sorcery is this? Oh yeah, I'm just trying to prevent new, like when you think about some of the streams I ran like 2 years ago, we had a lot of people just coming in here and spamming intentionally. So like a lot of people who spam would just write all sorts of weird crap in capitals. So I'm just like, all right, like let's just try to cut down on that a little bit. I'm not trying to be too restrictive here, but I just don't want anybody coming in like trying to stir shit up, and because you guys are not deserving of that. So anyway, yeah. All right, coming up on the final minute of this period, Nashville has tied it up. It's crazy, man. Seattle scoring 3 goals in what I think 2 minutes and 39 seconds. When the reverse retro 2 comes out, you're gonna get a Blues. What do you think they're gonna do anyway? The oh wait, Sharks Facebook? Really? You know what that would probably mean, Trevor, is that the Sharks would be preparing to trade one of their goaltenders. Aiden Hill's been injured for the last month, it seems, 2 months even. So are they going to trade Reimer? I mean, I think would benefit greatly if they traded him, because his value should be pretty good right now, just based on the season that he's having. James Reimer's looked awesome this year. He's put the team on his back. I know that the Sharks aren't anywhere near the playoffs now, but he's certainly their MVP this year. Yeah, so Alex Stalock is back in teal. All right, I would think that the Sharks are either they're thin at goaltending in the minors, because I don't really follow the AHL. I wouldn't think that would be the issue, though. I would think that they would be trying to trade somebody. So maybe if they do trade Reimer, maybe I should report on that. Or report, right. Anyway, awesome having you guys here. Still a great crowd after 2 periods. Wow, I've been live for already about 2 hours. So yeah, I think I can stick it out for the rest of this game, especially with the lively chat that we've had tonight. So thank you to you guys. Nazdravi. Back to the circle logo with the arch. Yeah, I would like to see that come back. I would gladly embrace that. It's really interesting because, after that initial line of jerseys from like 1968, there's a gap between that and like the 1990s. And I don't really hear Blues fans talk about the jerseys from in between that era so much. Probably because they had only made incremental changes, but they made them very frequently. So it kind of became hard to track there. The Sharks should get Fleury. If we want to take on salary, I could see the Sharks being a broker, though. So the Sharks might take, and other teams could do this as well, right? Where you take on salary if you're not going to make the playoffs. So by taking on salary, you help 2 other teams trade for a player. So I could see them doing that. Reimer to Florida. Hey, I'm all in favor of it, man. While we're at it, let's give you guys Kevin LeBanc. You can take Alexander Barabanov. A little depth scoring there. Why not? Can we get a Cortana appearance? Yes, we can. All right, where's my baby girl? Hi. Hi, girl. How you doing? You're being so good. You're being such a good girl. All right, there she is. The ideal return for James Reimer. So Reimer has another year left on his deal. So I think the Sharks should push for at least getting a first, to be honest. And I know that some people out there are thinking, for James Reimer, I'm like, well, hey, look at what this guy is doing this season. The numbers do not do it justice at all. Like, if this guy was on the Calgary Flames, he would be a Vezina finalist this year with the way he's playing. Anyway, a little hyperbolic, but are the Sharks in full sell mode? Who would I like to see them get value off of? At this point, Barabanov and Reimer and Hurdle have the most value. Because, Hurdle's an unrestricted free agent. Excuse me. Reimer is playing awesome. And Barabanov is playing great too. he's been playing in the top 6 and he's been producing fairly well for his first real opportunity for that. It's 9. Yeah, it's 9 here. But outside of that, I don't really think there's anybody else. Yeah, they could trade Cogliano or Nieto. Nieto has 1 year left on his deal. Or they could trade Bonino, possibly, right? Who has another year on his deal. But they're not going to get necessarily that great of value for them. So they could package one of those players, but I would start by seeing if you can move Hurdle, which I don't know if the Sharks have the stones to actually move on from him. But they need draft capital. We have a decent amount of our picks for the next couple of years. I want to see us get another second round pick, or get our second round pick back this year, because we got Aiden Hill in the offseason. We traded a second away for him, and he hasn't been healthy recently, so we do need to get that pick back. And if you have other questions about trades, I'm not the best person for that, but I can weigh in with a surface level opinion. So whether it's the Sharks or not, I love my Sharks, but don't worry, guys. I'm happy to talk about other teams, too. I heard stuff what St. Louis is doing. I wouldn't like to say what they are doing. That's very cryptic. Man. I cannot wait to get my tax return back, guys. Because some of that is going to go into some better gear. Maybe get a better PC for editing, so I can maybe edit in 4K. And then after that would be upgrade the camera. Webcam, I don't really care as much about unless I'm going to go live more often, but certainly going live for, filming 4K for my videos. Anywho, tweak that for sure. Well, the chat's a little chill right now, which is good because I can actually exhale a little bit. Do the shoulder shake, you know? What else is on your mind, lads and ladies? Apparently we already have 300 playbacks for this stream. That's a pretty healthy amount. I've accepted the idea of Tomas Hertl being traded. You know, Alex, I still think that the Sharks are going to hold on to him. At least Hertl said that the negotiation talks were positive. But, yeah. 2.5K subs. That's right, buddy. 2.5K. We got to hit it maybe the end of this week. We'll be at my goal. I'm going to be pushing hard, so I'll be going live more often for this and changing up the content just a little bit. But the idea is end of April, 3K. That would be a great milestone for sure. You have a channel, Blues. That's cool. Yeah, if you want to like email me a link or send something on Twitter, I'm happy to give it a look. But I do have to kind of say this as like a boilerplate statement. You know, I can't like watch everybody's content because I just would never have time to be able to watch everybody's content in the first place. But yeah, I'd love to just see what you have in the first place and, you know, watch a video and see what you got going on there. Yeah. Oh, of course, though, I do need to edit my video for tomorrow for the Leafs, featuring the one and only John Viveros from Hot Take Hockey, excuse me. Kraken beat the Predators again. Oh, I didn't even know that they had won the first matchup. Of course, the Preds have the Kraken have Yarncroke. Do they have anybody else who played for Nashville? Off the top of my head, I don't know. Speaking of which, Nashville has been a good surprise. I know they've been on a bit of a slide, but yeah, John Hines has proven me wrong. Thanks, CJ. We're gonna get there. Yeah, I could talk about that ad nauseum. But yeah, that Moritz Seider video I made, I had no idea it was going to be nearly that big. I mean, granted, there are other... It was funny because like at the same day, I know that Gio, you know, Lego Rocks 99, he dropped a Seider video, like hockey gifs or NHL gifs or something like that. Dropped a Mo Seider video that same day. Maybe somebody else did too. And so then YouTube just went Moritz Seider for the whole day. Danelle, what's up, man? Pretty late over there, so thank you. You know, I agree with you. I think that the Kraken's away jersey is certainly, I don't know if it's like S tier for the away jerseys in the NHL, but I think it's at least A tier. It's the numbers on it look fantastic, and yeah, the composition of it looks really good on a white jersey, and I would say I like it just a little bit more than the home jersey. Speaking of which, I bought a home jersey, but I mean this is months ago, but I lost it, so I need to get another Kraken home jersey apparently. Are the Preds legit contenders? I wouldn't have them at the very top of that list, but when your goaltender can play as well as Saros has been playing for the past calendar year, give or take, then you can't count them out. When I look at that, could they beat a team like Minnesota right now? Yeah, they could. Could they beat St. Louis? I'm not sure, because Husso has played out of his mind this year, one. And two, St. Louis has a lot of weapons too. Like Nashville, I know that players are having career like renaissance years, but I don't think they necessarily have the firepower that the Blues have. So I'm still a little bit of a doubter, but can they win a round? I mean, you know, guys, I know that Colorado has been unbeatable this year for the most part, but I'm not a believer in that team until they make it past the second round. That's just a statement of fact. They need to get Kadri to actually play in the playoffs. That's what they need. Anyway. The Blackhawks are doing a retirement ceremony for Nicholas Hjalmarsson and welcoming back Duncan Keith. Wow, man. That is going to be an awesome night, I would think. Did I lose any other jerseys? Nope, just the Kraken one. Wait, what? Since I lost the home jersey, yeah, I did a video on it, right? Would I get another one? Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm not in a rush because now that, Kraken jerseys, you can get them, in any way, shape, and form. So yeah, I'll get another one for sure. The good news was at least that one was blank. So, and I did wear it to a game because I wore it to that preseason game in Spokane. So whoever came up with it, collector's item, I guess. We still get over 2019 here. Well, I remember 2019 between our teams. You guys were the better team. That's just a statement of fact. But I'm really glad the Blues won the Stanley Cup that year. And they were my preseason pick. You probably already know that. Adidas away jerseys are hard to find. Oh yeah, for I think most teams, right? So if you want to get an Anaheim Ducks away jersey now, they don't make those in prime green, I don't think. Or at least if they do, then they're probably only available like if you get them at Honda Center or, in that town. Ooh, all that air building back up again. Yeah, I love the inaugural season patch on these jerseys. It was a good fit too. So I'd have to get that put on my other Kraken jersey too. I do have an extra patch, which I did not expect to have, but I do have one. So hey now. So yeah, we got one more period of hockey. You know what we'll do? We'll go a little bit around the league here, okay? So let's look at the scores from this evening. So we only have, 4 games tonight? Okay. So yeah, pretty funny how Toronto just got their butts stomped by the Buffalo Sabres. Let's see here. Who scored in that game? Let's take a look. Who scored for the Buffalo Sabres? I'm going to miss Rick Jenneret. He's hanging him up. Back in his day, man, nobody had the thunder like that guy did. Okay. Oh my God, my dog is like, Dad, please give me attention. All right, we got to do a quick cut. Quick cut to the dog. Here we go. Quick cut to the dog. All right, dog. How are we doing? Do you want loves? Look at that little tail wag there. Yeah. You want some loves? Come here. Let's do it. There it is. Okay. Oh, who's a good girl? Yeah. A little bit of a tricky angle It's a little bit of a tricky angle if I'm trying to, give her just the right pets here. But here's a good girl here. You're always such a good sport, Cortana. Oh, here it goes. Oh, she gonna gator? You gonna do the gator? No? Oh, maybe? Wait for it. Nope, never mind. You're a good girl. All right, thank you for appeasing me here. Buffalo Sabres Cup contenders. So yeah, Jacob Bryson scores the first goal for Buffalo. I don't even know if I've heard of him before, honestly. Rasmus Sandin scores the lone goal for Toronto. I guess, Matthews has been hot for most of the year, so I guess he gets a pass. Marner, though, that guy. Olofsson only has 8 goals this year. He's probably been hurt for some of the year, though. Skinner has 21 goals. Nice little rebound season for him. And Tage Thompson, if you want to talk about rebounds, right? Even Okposo has 14 goals. That's not bad. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like somebody is just being an absolute tool here. That's okay. We'll just hide that user. I mean, whatever you're into, man, that's all you. Yeah, Jack Campbell has been having a tough year. Or not a tough year, tough stretch. I'm sorry about that. His last 13 games do not look good. His save percentage is .876. Yeah, I didn't have a statistician feed that to me because that is going to be a subject for tomorrow's collaboration with the one and only John Viveros from Hot Take Hockey. Oh, Cortana, don't worry. You and I still have time to cuddle tonight. My dog is such an attention snob at the wrong time. Oh, you're going to get a custom Kraken jersey. Right on. Oh, that's right. It's Pat Foley's final season. A couple of legends are stepping down. Bob Bugner be relieved of his coaching duties. I don't know what his contract looks like. A lot of people want him gone. I'm not a huge critic of Bugner per se because, again, I don't think that the coach makes all the difference with the Sharks. They didn't get it done with Ron Wilson, when you had Jumbo and Patty in their prime. Same thing goes for Todd McClellan. Same thing goes for Peter DeBoer. He was fired after like 4 seasons. And that didn't make the situation any better. I won't be sad if Bugner is fired. But, I mean, that's not good. The team shouldn't automatically be better because he's gone. I personally don't think so. But that's just me. Oh, no worries, CJ. That's okay, man. I just appointed you a moderator. I just like scrubbed all of that, and I just said, okay, I'll make you a mod. Wow, really, bro? Wow. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. Someone's trying to get this evening really spicy, huh? Bruh, I know, bruh. Hey, good girl. I appreciate your patience with this. I'm gonna just try to be. It's Streamlabs coming in. I'm just trying to have fun with this, even when we have, complete dick farts like this person, jumping in here. I'm just trying to have fun with it, I'm sorry. My dog literally just went, Like, give me attention, Dad. I'm doing my best here, girl. See, like, literally trying to do my best. This is my dog. This is what she does all day when I'm trying to get work done. I'm sorry, guys. I'm detracting from the subject of hockey here, okay? All right, girl. You and I can snuggle later tonight, okay? All right, anyway. Back to the, someone has accounts for days. Yeah, exactly. Under 8 or over for this game? There we go. That's a good question. Let's say that you say Saros shuts the door in the third period. And, although I said Nashville would win 4-3 in overtime. So I'll take the under. How about that? Careless Whisperer plays. Wow. There's no generational gap there whatsoever. I'm impressed. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have a little beverage, if you don't mind. Do this off camera. so I don't get like demonetized. You're smooth. All right, there we go. Sláinte. Yeah, but Taylor, I'll take the under. All right. Oh yeah, Danelle. I know you asked me a question earlier. Okay. Have I ever dealt with a Karen in public? Yeah, not very often. I have before. I think everybody has dealt with somebody who makes a big deal out of nothing. Oh God, I remember one time when I was a kid. Oh, you have the under 8, so it gives you some confidence. All right, glad I could help with that. But here's like a sort of Karen, like a proto Karen. When I was a kid, I was riding my bike like along the cul-de-sac, on the sidewalk, and I'm like 9 years old, and I accidentally just slipped or hit a rock or something. I don't know, and I fell like right there was the sidewalk, yeah, and right up against the sidewalk were some hedges of my neighbors. And I fell into the hedges, and I didn't hurt myself really, but it was kind of like, if I were the neighbor, I would be like, oh shoot, like I'll shout, I'll be like, hey, are you all right, kid? And literally my neighbor like goes up to me and chews me out for like getting into his pristine hedges that he's trying to win some award for or whatever. Anyway, I told my dad about it, and my dad got so mad at him. I don't know if he ever like said anything to his face, but anyway, that is like the Karen moment that always sticks out at me. But anyway, Matthew, how are you now? Good and you? Oh, not so bad. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the stream. If I'm not familiar with you, let us know which team you are a fan of. Or if you're not a fan of a team, you can watch my latest video, because I try to help people actually pick their favorite team. So there you go. That's how we do things around these parts here. So anyway, we're in the third period, by the way. 1 minute has passed. Kind of low when it comes to the shots on goal. Then again, Seattle doesn't really put up that many shots on goal typically. It's 19-16 in favor of Smashville. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you're having a good evening here chatting with us, passing the time away, or watching some hockey, or just cuddling up with your dog or your cat, or just a good graphic novel. You made a small dent into... you're a Blackhawks fan. All right. Well, welcome. I used to live in Blackhawks territory, very briefly, though. I lived in downtown Chicago for like 5 months. The year they won their first Stanley Cup of this sort of era in 2010. But the problem with that is that I'm a Sharks fan. And so I was the only Sharks fan in Chicago, I'm pretty sure, at that time. And it was miserable. But, hey, man. A great dynasty. You got to give it up for them as a dynasty. I'm actually, so Taylor, I have a jersey for every team. 2 for just about everybody. So I'm actually not a Kraken fan. I do live in North Idaho, so I'm in Kraken territory. But I do like the Kraken. I just want to show them a little bit of support since they're playing tonight. And just trying to hopefully build up excitement for Seattle, or for the Seattle Kraken, in my vicinity here in North Idaho / Eastern Washington. We have a lot of hockey fans out here, though. It's a nice kept secret. Not too many people know about like Spokane, but there's a great hockey tradition out here, or hockey history for sure. They're probably the only Predators fan in California. Can't say I've met many Predators fans in the Golden State. For the like, and oh yeah. Hey, all the love for the jersey collectors out there. Because of Jeremy Collison. Yeah, you guys have actually been probably better than my team since you gave him the axe. Ooh. I thought the Preds were going to score because of the screen that was in front of the net there. The rarest jersey I have, and why? Well, actually, Taylor, I made a video about that just about 2 weeks ago. So you can check that out. But let's see here. I'll show off a couple though. Let's see. Now this isn't my whole collection, but it's very accessible. I have a few of these. I have a few CCM vintage jerseys. The CCM vintage line. Everything here is authentic and real. And with have a good night there, Knucklehead. So not too many people have this one. Oh, Seattle just scored. It's 4-3. All right. Like to see the hometown fans get into it. So this one's pretty rare because not too many of them were produced. Some other people out there might have North Stars. Some might have Nordiques. And I do have those as well, or Whalers. But again, I don't remember too many people scooping this one up. So that's certainly up there for me. This one's also fairly uncommon too. It's the Stadium Series from 2018. I'm actually wearing this in tomorrow's video. But yeah, this one's also pretty uncommon in that even though plenty of them were produced at the time, I don't see many of these up for like resale on eBay. So this one would have to be up there for me as well. But I have a few other jerseys like from the early 1990s that are certainly uncommon as well. But like ultra rare Grail jerseys, I really don't have too much in the way of that. I do have some classics, absolutely, that a lot of jersey collectors do, aspire to collect. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that was that. So Seattle is up 4-3 in this game. By the way, where's my hat? Oh, yeah. I absolutely love this hat that I got. I got this at the arena. So I love two-tone hats. You have just the simple anchor here, but the back is what does it, right? You got this great Seattle Kraken text. So, and it's in this, that ice blue, or it's kind of like a minty green. Love this hat. It was not cheap, but I could not pass this one up. So there you go. Blackwell, Colin Blackwell, short-handed. Oh, I didn't even know it was a shorty. It didn't look like it, just out of the corner of my eye. Canada won in women's hockey. Oh, you mean like Olympics? I know they did there. I know that was a close game. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Blue Jackets will be able to take the second wildcard spot from the Capitals. Hey, great question, Alex. The Capitals have been bad for a majority of this season. Really. They started out so hot, and I know that they've had a lot of injuries, but I know that like Oshie recently came back. I'm trying to think of who else big is out of the lineup right now, but they're not winning. And what really is alarming is that their power play is garbage this year. So I think that they could still buy at the deadline. They have to win now because they've got old players out there, but it's not working. And Columbus, man, when you don't expect it, those guys just turn it on. You look at the playoffs a couple of years ago, even though nobody from that team is on there except for like Bjorkstrand maybe. Oh yeah, always got to show love for good jersey collections like yours, Donnell. The anchor is a good secondary logo. Yeah, I like how it was designed. It's a little, I don't know, I'd like to see a separate version with like a circle in the background. Or, the anchor within a circle. I would really like to see, a version of that. But, because it is kind of, there isn't really, it's not occupying that much real estate on the shoulder. But yeah, it's good. It was very smart and calculated. Yeah, I would think that it would be fairly easy to find the Rangers if you're looking for an away jersey. But yeah, Islanders and Devils, huh? I can't remember the last time I saw an Islanders away jersey for sale. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Seattle did a nice job with their branding and their home and away jerseys. I mean, Vegas set the bar pretty freaking high. So even as a Sharks fan, I'll still put Vegas ahead when it comes to jerseys. But I think that Seattle is off to a really good start in that department. And really, guys, going to I went to a Seahawks game. I almost made a vlog of that as well, but I just didn't get around to it in a timely manner. The Seahawks brand is great too. I mean, God, going to a game, I saw like 40 different styles of jerseys, and they all looked cool. I love the action green or whatever they call it quite a bit, and the Sounders have that green in their brand as well. By the way, those fans there are like 40 plus thousand fans at every Sounders game. Haven't been to any SoCal games. Not yet, Taylor. Good question, considering I used to go to Disneyland every year, and I've been down south plenty of times. I don't know when I'm going to SoCal next, since now I live, a flight would be 3 hours now. But at some point, again, I want, even like with GC Blues, I want to hit every arena. So I love the idea of going to a Ducks and Kings game, especially in the next couple of years with the young talent that they're going to have as well. Just got to hope that COVID's, not a thing anymore, even though I don't know if it necessarily will be, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, never been to a Kings game. I'm trying to think of SoCal. I've been to the Rose Bowl. I went to the actual 1999 Rose Bowl between UCLA and Wisconsin, but Wisconsin took up 80% of that arena or stadium pretty much. Austin Montano. Did I bet on the Preds game? No, actually, I don't bet on hockey games. I just haven't really been that into sports betting. Probably because when I was in high school, I lost a ton of money in fantasy football. A ton of money is like $200. Hey, when you're 15 or 16 years old, that's a lot of money. So Vegas needs to change the alt jersey logo. Right color, but the logo needs to be different. Oh, I mean, I'd be curious to see what that looks like. I like the reverse retro, except for the collar. That sort of transition from the body of the jersey to the collar was kind of wonky, but everything else looks really good. So Taylor, to kind of expand on my point earlier, I've only been to 6 different arenas. Yeah, for NHL, right? I've been to, obviously, San Jose. I went to Arizona's first arena when they were playing in Phoenix and not Glendale. So I've been to that. Oh, Tyler, what's up, buddy? I've been to Boston about, 7 years ago. I've been to Tampa 4 years ago. I've been to Nashville like 3 years ago. And I've been to Seattle. So those are the NHL arenas I've been to. AHL, Barracuda, because they've been playing at SAP Center. I've been to an Orlando Solar Bears game, which was great. And I've been to 2 WHL games. So, of course, my Spokane Chiefs, I've been to a couple of games there. And I've seen the Seattle Thunderbirds in the Seattle area. And I've been to a University of Minnesota game. So there you go. SAP Center's getting a new scoreboard. That's right. Some of you guys are actually pretty curious about that, like wondering if there are pictures and that sort of thing. I haven't seen anything for that. But I was saying that despite the revenues for tickets, kind of spiraling out of control, really, it's good that they're actually able to invest in that, though. So if they make investments into SAP Center, and I know that they're doing everything they can to actually get people encouraged to buy season tickets, because I know the Sharks, their deals on season tickets are actually pretty affordable. So anyway, I'm glad to see them putting some money into the franchise from that standpoint. But I am certainly concerned about what the future could possibly hold for that franchise. All right, hey GC. It takes a GC to turn a DP. DP GC, my brother. No, I don't even. Just talking in gibberish. Thanks for sticking around for so long. It's been great chatting with you here, and we'll see you around for more streams and whatnot, man. You have a great night, and I'll let you know when I do intend to go to the loo, and by that I'm not talking about a lavatory. Oh, you went to the international shop for NHL. That's a smart place. I know that people have bought like the Florida Panthers away jersey on there too. You've been to PBG Paints. You went to a stadium series. Oh yeah. Oh wow, you stood in there with Flyers fans. You brave man, you. AHL Arena and Heinz Field. Yeah, I mean, I want to go to Pittsburgh not just to see the Penguins, but DP is your nickname? Right on. DPGC. That's what Snoopy D-O-double-G has to say, so there you go. Yeah, I'd go to Pittsburgh so that not just Penguins game. It would have to be also either, well, baseball's tricky because of the schedule for that, but I've heard only amazing things about where the Pirates play at PNC. But I do want to go to Heinz Field because I want to hang out with those crazy Steelers fans in their terrible towels. Did I get... Oh man, I got rid of my Polamalu jersey. That was stupid. Oh well. I'll just get another one. I'll throw it in the gutter and go buy another. That's a deep cut. Then... And to get an oversized or like a stuffed sandwich, Permantes or otherwise. I mean, not that I can't make that myself, but you got to have it from the source, right? So that's probably what I do. Steelers games are insane for the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's going to be crazy with Big Ben now finally hanging him up. Oh my. Yeah, I've never been to Pittsburgh. It's supposed to have a lot of parks there too. Good for outdoor recreation. Anyway. So let's see here. Oh, the Kraken are trying to expand their lead, it looks like. 10 minutes and 43 seconds left, and the Kraken have taken a shots advantage. Actually, the Predators have, I think, only one shot on goal through the first 9 minutes, if I'm doing my math correctly. By the way, guys, of course, my boilerplate here, I hope you're having a good time. And if so, make sure you hit the thumbs up, because it helps others like you discover the channel and stay in the loop. Hitting the red subscribe button is the way to do that, or the notifications bell if you are already subscribed. And yeah, we've got a video tomorrow about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then we have a Predators jersey unboxing and history to come out on, I believe, Saturday. Maybe throw in another live stream on the weekend if I'm not too busy. And then next week, Tuesday, I'll be talking about, I think, probably about playoff matchups that I want to see. And Thursday, we'll have another 5 Reasons Why video for the New York Rangers. I already know I've scheduled all my content for March. Of course, I have to actually produce that stuff, but yeah, there's a lot coming up on this channel, most definitely. You want to get out to Detroit to see the big pizza box. Yeah, same here. And you've actually been to the Joe. That's pretty dope. Actually, yeah, I've never been to Detroit. And other than seeing the Red Wings, I don't know if I want to go to Detroit. Nah, I don't think it's quite that bad. Red Wings fans are terrific, though. I'd like to go see like the Upper Peninsula, though. I hear that's supposed to be beautiful. Oops, sorry. Not sure what I did there. Speaking of Joe Louis, the Joe. Let's see if I can find something for you, Tyler. Here we go. Ooh. There we go. So, when I bought a jersey off of Sports K, I shop on Sports K a lot for my jerseys, and so like they know me pretty well. So they did me a really nice solid. So when I bought this Predators jersey that I'm about to have a video for on Saturday, they threw in a couple of patches for me just out of the kindness of their heart. So they actually got me this Joe Louis Arena one from a few years ago before they moved into the Little Caesars. So that was pretty cool of them to do that. They actually gave me like a Gordie Howe one as well. So I have a number 9 patch as well, and I want to put these on the jerseys. That'd be awesome. For that, though, I might actually try sewing them on myself. I'm not entirely sure. And then one time on River City Sports, I have no idea why the heck they had this, but I got a patch for the All-Star game that never was, and that was supposed to be in 1995 in San Jose, but of course, and that was only the second year of the San Jose Arena at that time, the Shark Tank, and it never happened because of the lockout. But yet there's all kinds of memorabilia. Like I have a puck from 1995 as well, and now I have a jersey patch. So I think that's pretty dope. Anyway, 5 reasons why for Colorado. So CJ, I think that will probably be 2 weeks from now. I'm curious to see if I can get a certain collaborator for that video. Not too many people put out content on the Avalanche on YouTube, but I know of one media outlet that I might want to pursue. Same thing goes for the Wild too. There's a good Minnesota sports channel that I want to possibly tap into. But yeah, Colorado, that one's going to certainly be fun to explore, right? It's almost like you have to challenge yourself. It's like, can I actually talk about 5 reasons why the Colorado Avalanche will win the Stanley Cup without talking about McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, and definitely Makar? Like, throw those guys out of the equation. How good is that team, right? And the answer is they're still pretty darn good, I would have to say. Do a video of who's going to win and who's going to... Taylor, actually, John, he popped in here, Off the Wall Hockey. I think that he doesn't really get so much into... He does a little bit of betting content, actually. So you might want to tune into Off the Wall Hockey for that sort of thing. But I don't make daily content on here on YouTube. That's not to say that I wouldn't consider doing something like that on, like, I don't know, Instagram or something like that. You got a couple of Mr. Eye Patches. Yeah. Oh, from River City. When you got the Centennial jersey. Oh, I love the Centennial jersey. Yeah, maybe... well, wait a second. So the Joe... I think the last year of the Joe was the Centennial year, yeah? So I might... Maybe that's what I'll do. I didn't know that Joe Louis wasn't even around for 40 years. That's interesting. Yeah. Yep, see, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you invest in small businesses like that, or when you buy from them. So, you love to see it. Anyway, we've got 8 minutes left in this game. Again, guys, Nashville still has only 1 shot on goal in almost 12 minutes this period. I haven't obviously been tuning in nearly sharply enough, but that Seattle defense is actually pressuring really well, at least right now they are. Ooh, nice hit. Who was that? Lozon? So, what else happened in the NHL today while this game is playing out its final few minutes here? So Buffalo, I know they won 5-1 over Toronto. It's pretty insane, bro. Then we had the St. Louis Blues and the New York Rangers, and in that game, it was the Rangers triumphing by a score of 5-3. One of my more controversial opinions is that empty net goals should only count during the game for the final score. So this was really a 4-3 game. That's the way that I would report it. I don't think that empty net goals should count toward teams or toward player statistics either. Anyway, hot take. But in this game for the Blue Shirts, it was Alexis Lafreniere on the board first for New York. His 13th of the year. Okay, so he's coming along a little bit. Can't believe he was the number 1 overall pick, though. He hasn't broken out in that sense just yet. But, of course, he's on a very stacked team. Strome, his 12th. I would have thought Strome had more than 12. But he's still a solid kind of a complimentary player. O'Reilly, only his 12th of the year, but he must have been injured this year, I would have to say. Followed by one of the more underrated players in the whole NHL in Ivan Barbashev. This guy has been an absolute havoc wreaker. Just really solid in both ends of the ice. So I think he's somebody to really keep your eye on. And Robert Thomas for that matter too, because he never gets talked about enough. By the way, Kyrou. Can we all say that Jordan Kyrou is a star in the NHL now? like flirting with superstar. That guy's amazing. His vision, his puck vision is terrific. Then the Blue Shirts would answer back in the third period to bring the score to 3-3. Patrick Nemeth, his first on the year. Chris Kreider, 35 goals, guys. Wow, 35. Unbelievable. Is Kreider going to hit 50? He very well could hit 50. Hell of a season. Absolutely. And then it was Panarin who put in the empty netter. See, that doesn't even count. They don't even credit it as an empty netter. I think it needs to be. Offer an acceptance to my no goals. Goalie goals should count. Yes. That is a great counter to my point. Yeah. Goalie goals should count as 2 goals, I think. You know, if we need ways to make hockey more fun, I would say that. Overtime. That was something I was listening to about, I don't know, on 32 Thoughts, Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman. And somebody had called in and said, what do you think should happen to make overtime a little bit more interesting, to reduce the number of shootouts and whatnot? So the caller had an idea about, what did she say? A shot clock in overtime. And she said that if the team didn't get a shot off or didn't get a shot on goal maybe, then what happens as a result of that? So that's kind of where the idea sort of fell flat. Now imagine, she said that it should be like a face-off or something. All right. Now, I don't mind the idea of a shot clock in overtime because I think that teams take way too much time just kind of taking the puck back into the neutral zone and regrouping and all that, right? For a 5-minute period. First of all, I think overtime should be 10 minutes, and then if you don't score, then it's a tie, right? I think a lot of people would agree with something kind of based off of that. But here's the idea. If you don't get a shot on goal during the shot clock, I think the other team should get another player to come out until the next whistle. And of course, if you deliberately do something when that team gets an extra player, if you do something deliberately to get that whistle, then that other team gets another player out and gets a power play. So, yeah, I think it should go 4-on-3. There should be situations like that where the stakes are upped a little. Anyway, my thoughts. 100% do not regret getting Kyrou on your Blues jersey. Yeah, great pick. He's the face of the franchise going forward. I mean, O'Reilly's been a godsend for them, but going forward as O'Reilly gets a little bit more seasoned, even though he's basically the Bergeron of the Western Conference, then yeah, I think that Jordan Kyrou is the face of the franchise. Most definitely. Jari scored multiple goals during his days in Wilkes-Barre. Scranton. Pardon me. That is not easy, man. How many goaltenders have scored in the NHL? I think it's like 7 to maybe 9, right? Hextall had a couple. Brodeur, I think, had 3. Rene had 1. Did anybody else score after Pekka did? Or is he the most recent goaltender to score? I know Nabokov did. What else happened today? Oh, Dallas. Dallas has not an easy victory. LA, I think, had won 8 of their last 10. You got Marchie on your Vegas jersey. There you go. He's been a franchise cornerstone for them. Dano scores for LA to open things up. Excuse me. Then it's Glendening, Kaliev. I know that there are some fans out there that are pretty high on this guy. He had 2 goals back-to-back in just a few minutes. Then Jason Robertson, certainly another up-and-comer in the NHL, kind of like Kyrou. Helps playing with Joe Pavelski, but this guy is... I haven't watched enough of the Stars, to be honest, so I got to certainly pay attention to what he's doing. Old man Suter gets on the board, and then the winning goal is scored by Alexander Radulov. Pekka was the most recent. Well, thank you, Stupid Seal. Good name. Who's your team anyway? With a name like Stupid Seal, I would think that maybe you'd be a fellow Sharks fan. But hey now. All right. So yeah, that win for Dallas, by the way, if you're looking at points percentage, that Dallas is pretty locked into that second wild card. I mean, Edmonton and Dallas are gonna, they're jockeying for that position right now. So now the Preds, they are 4.5 minutes away from coming up empty-handed in this game. That is certainly not good, as Dallas might actually have overtaken Nashville. Well, let's take a gander at the standings here. All right. Privacy policy. You don't care about my privacy, you silly dimwits. All right, so let's look at this, guys. So if the Preds lose this game, I think that Dallas is still behind them, but Nashville is really flirting with dropping into that second wild card. So yeah, it's getting real close. And look at St. Louis. They've actually got like a little cushion against Minnesota because Minnesota has lost 4 in a row. You know, they have not looked good as of late. So I don't know if the standings are going to stay like this, but I mean, St. Louis, I don't think too many people had St. Louis finishing second in that division before the season started. The Batman is out. Am I going to go see it? I mean, great question. It looks good. I just don't really, I don't go to movies anymore. I don't really, watch movies. I know it sounds kind of weird. YouTube is mostly my entertainment now because I'm making videos for YouTube. I'm watching other videos out there. And, yeah. But, I mean, if somebody came over and said, hey, we're going to watch Batman tonight, I'd be like, awesome, let's do it, you know? But, yeah, I hear good things. I like how it's got kind of a detective sort of maybe sort of film noir quality to it. I do like noir. I'm not an enthusiast by any means, but I studied some film noir back in my days in university. So, all right, let's look at the Pacific. So Vegas now vaults just ahead of LA for points percentage. Vegas, now, they just wish that they could play San Jose every game because other than that, I think they would have lost 6 games in a row. They've played 2 against them, though. Sonic 2 is out next month already? I almost don't believe that. Didn't that just come out 2 years ago? Not even 2 years ago. I heard good things about that as well. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about this stuff a little bit, but man, a long time since I actually sat down and watched a movie. Although, what was the last movie I watched? No, I watched Rush Hour 3. It was on TNT. I love Rush Hour. Rush Hour is great. Even Rush Hour 3 is fun. So yeah, Anaheim has definitely dropped off the pace, as you can tell here. Because they're behind Edmonton by a little bit. Not total points as much, but points percentage. By the way, Nashville can't even empty their net right now with 80 seconds left because Seattle had it hemmed in their zone. And Nashville only has 2 shots on goal this period. That is not good at all. Okay, Sonic was 2 years ago. Got it. Sonic. Got to go fast. And Seattle doing a really nice job of, again, keeping the Preds to the outside here as Nashville has emptied the net. Let's take a look at the other conferences here. So New York and Pittsburgh are jockeying for second in the Metropolitan Division. Look out, Washington. Here comes Columbus slowly but surely. Kind of makes you think if the Red Wings could have gotten a couple more wins earlier in this year, could they be in that conversation as well? But who knows? Maybe we'll be talking about them at this time next year. I hope so, man. Mo Seider. That kid's going to be an absolute horse, an absolute hoss, I should say, for the Wings for the next 15 years. And then here's another one that's interesting. Florida and Toronto right now are slated to match up in the first round. because Florida's a little bit in trouble. They've lost 3 in a row. Tampa is just, being Tampa. Oh, you watched Mortal Kombat? How was that? I love bad old 90s movies. Jackass Forever was pretty funny. I'm certainly I still follow Steve-O on Instagram. I love dumb stuff. I really do. It keeps me young. I still like South Park, Yeah. Who knows, guys? Even Boston. Boston has been playing pretty well. Maybe they have enough time to overtake Toronto or Florida. Mortal Kombat was good. Oh, you didn't see Uncharted? I never actually played the Uncharted game, so I didn't really have much interest in seeing that. I bet it was still probably pretty fun, though. Yeah, so I watched Rush Hour 3. What else? Did I watch any other movies recently? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a time when I'm watching a movie and I'm not stoned. But anyway, that's that. All right, final seconds here. 10 seconds. Nashville has to get back into the zone here, into the Seattle zone. And there's a clear there, and that play is offside with 5 seconds left. Johnny Knoxville was in Royal Rumble. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that guy's done just about everything. Him and Steve-O and Chris Pontius, and yeah. Mo's rookie season scoring is mirroring Lidstrom's. That's true. That's a good point. Now, I made the point in my Mo Sider video that, his point total, though, while I could see it going up a little bit, the thing is that he scores a lot on the power play, and so I think he needs a little bit more opportunity, because he hangs back a lot even strength. You probably know. He's that last line of defense the whole time. So if there's an opportunity for him to pair with somebody else who's a little bit more stay-at-home and maybe a little bit more, not a little bit less seasoned, I should say, in their NHL career, then yeah, maybe Moritz Seider has more opportunities 5-on-5. So then that way he can hang a little bit more with the pack on offense. I think 1 year, though, Cale Makar is going to score 95 or 96 points. It's going to happen. Ryan Dunn, RIP. Indeed. Yeah, that's a Seattle victory in regulation against Nashville. That's a nice win under their belt. Snaps a 7-game losing streak, but for Nashville, like I said, they're starting to kind of teeter into that second wild card. And again, Edmonton is still charging for a position there. Anaheim, maybe they'll get back into it as well. I called the score right. I said overtime though. Yeah, and I mixed up the teams. Well, good job, Seattle. I wish you would have played like that against the Avalanche, but beggars can't be choosers. Mortal Kombat was decent. Decent reboot. All right, guys. Well, unless there's anything else pressing, I figured that maybe now would be the time to wrap up here. Again, always good to leave people wanting more, if anything. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the stream cadence is going to be like, but I do have on my mind to possibly go live this weekend. Again, stay tuned. Tomorrow, John from Hot Take Hockey will be talking Maple Leafs with me. 5 reasons why, right? And then Saturday, Predators jersey unboxing and history, good history component like we did with the Penguins and the other videos in that series. And then after that, I'll talk about some playoff matchups that I would like to see, and we'll have all sorts of other content. So, I got all the regulars here, or a lot of the regulars. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as usual. And we'll have more hockey to talk in the coming days. So, thank you so much. Have a good night, and especially you guys on the East Coast. My goodness, thank you for staying up at this hour. I can't believe I'm still awake here in Idaho. And I'll see you cats later. So have a great night, and just keep being you.